the show where we go in and we take a look at teams and we tell you, hey, this is good, or hey, this is not so good, and we tell you how to fix it. I'm one of your hosts, Garrett Price, here with Rich Dotson. Rich, how you doing, man?
Doing swell. Roster rescue time. Little R&R. Take a little R&R right now.
That's right.
You know,
Little R&R.
NFL
Good
season
stuff.
officially starts here in about 4 hours. We have the Ravens out there being super shady dynasty managers. Like we've all seen those people. Super
Oh yeah.
shady ass
I,
Baltimore
I've had
Ravens.
people where like we have agreed to a deal over text, and then they send me like, okay, just send it over, and then they send me something different than what we just agreed to. I was like, what the heck? We just agreed to a deal. And he's like, yeah, but I decided blah blah blah.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, like dude, I'm getting Brees Hall and a first. Well, you can Kenneth Walker straight up, like but we had a deal, like it was out there, like and everybody knew it was out there too. I know, man, but you didn't accept, and he came in last minute after you said we had that deal agreed. Like it's like when you,
The
hey man,
worst.
like I just made a big trade with this person, and then they're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you send the shake emoji over, and yeah,
you oh, we know people.
that I have seen that, and actually, I've even been a part of that before, where I just eat it because I was like, "That's my fault. I should have paid better attention." But it like when you play in a ton of leagues, you just automatically sometimes assume like, "Oh, I'm trading away this player," and you forget like which side of it you're on. I have seen that. I've done that before, only once or twice, but when that happens, I just eat it.
I've done it, and I've got it flipped, but I also like did it like I also said right away, like I accepted it and then saw like what I like. Wait, I gave that up. Like, oh wait, no, like no. I was like, this is like
I
I
want
think
to do
if you
that.
like if you like it in Dynasty, like definitely on Sleeper, like if you do that, but then you immediately like within the first like 5 minutes say, hey dude, like I completely messed this up. I thought it was the other way around. Like I'm in 1,000 leagues. So I've done that. I've done that one time. Um, I think it should be flipped. Now if it's 24 hours later, yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
bro.
that's just after the
Sorry.
backlash. They have regret.
Yeah. Uh, Yeah,
Just
no way,
kidding.
dude. It has to be
All right,
immediate. Like it has to be immediate. So we
all
got a
right,
lot to
Pete.
get
Let's
through
get
today.
into things, or not.
Or not. Let's get on things. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. A little R&R, another way
That's
of
all right.
looking around.
I thought it was just like transition, and it wasn't. That's okay though.
Oh, and hey, we're doing nukes only. If you want to submit a roster, like we are like overloaded. It's like Thanksgiving. We have more than we can handle here. We're about to do another show this week. We have a lot of rosters to get through. We're gonna start off with all the nukes, but if you want to get your roster in today, it has to be a nuke only, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. And even with that, Pete, I know you said you had a couple guys that, and some of them are even nukes that have messaged you and want to do a league, bought a spot, all that kind of stuff, but they didn't give the username, so we can't look them up without the username. Correct? Check your emails, especially if you have a nuke, because two of the three that did not give usernames were nukes. So you'll definitely be on today's show, but we still need your
oh,
username. Oh,
greens from
greetings from
Beechwood. I wonder if
Beechwood.
that's Beechwood, Ohio.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah, local neighbors. Hey, neighbor.
Look at that. All right. We have a what is this? A 12 team, one QB PPR league here. And let's look at our squad. Jared Goff, Bryce Young, Mac Jones at quarterback. Running back, we have Devon Achan, Travion Henderson, Kyle Monungai, Dylan Sampson, Brashard Smith. At wide receiver, we have Emeka Buka, Jordan Addison, Travis Hunter, Jaden Higgins, Calvin Ridley, Xavier Leggett, Adonai Mitchell, Jack Besh, Jalen McMillan. And then at tight end, we have Tyler Warren, Harold Fannin, and Dalton Kincaid. We currently do not have any first or really, well, we have a second this year. We have 1 second this year, but we have two first next year. We are in fifth in dynasty mode. Pete, where are we at in contender mode? We are in ninth. And that's kind of what I expected, Rich. I expected us to not be at the bottom, but towards that way, because what this looks like to me is a team that is trying to come out of rebuild. There's a lot of young players on this team. There's a lot of upside. Unfortunately, we already know some of these players, even though in their young careers have already face planted a little bit. So we're going to have to try to recover from that. We do have 227 first, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to get us to contender. So, Rich, how are we attacking this team?
Yeah, I am looking to build on that 27 draft if I can. It's just unfortunately like we're really good at tight end. It's not tight end premium. We are desolate at receiver. Like we just have the upside of Emeka Buka. Jordan Addison can slide in to be a wide receiver too with competent quarterback play. Outside of that, you're praying that Travis Hunter, Jaden Higgins, to kind of come in and give you something. If Rasheed Rice gets suspended again, like I do like the upside of Jalen Royals personally. There's the upside of Jack Best, but nothing you can really hang your hat on. I think we can bolster that receiving room though and take a tier back. Having those 227 first and having some really good receivers come out in that class is going to help the cause. I think we need to tier back from Devon Achane, and I think we just need to offload Tyler Warren altogether and just live on the Harold Fannin, Dalton Kincaid livestock there. So I think that's where I would like to start.
And for what it's worth, Rich, I completely agree. That was going to be like, as much as I don't want to lose Achane, like that's the piece that you can split and get multiple assets. And we're deep at tight end, so we might as well utilize that. So I'm in the same boat as you right now.
Yeah, and look at team.
Yeah,
I mean, if you got a pair of scissors.
Okay.
No, all around.
No, I don't think I would do either one because right now your pick is probably, unless we get lucky and everything hits.
Do we have our pick? And what else?
Oh. He would get his own back.
That's it. Just all he gets is his 27 first back. That's it. I'm
I
interested.
probably wouldn't.
But I'm interested. Yeah, I mean that's somewhat interesting. It depends how we reshape this team. That could be because like once we get a book off the team, they're probably finishing with the 1-1. I mean, I don't know that 12.
We would have to get rid of Achane and Warren too to guarantee that.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna be the last team you look at.
You're in contender mode. Does it still show draft picks in contender mode? This is a really great live video here as we're yeah, so you search
We
that
can't
up.
see anything.
I'm interested in. I know you said no right away, Garrett. Like I want to see what else we can do that offers on the table and where we could pivot to. Because I mean, it looks like there's a chance we could pivot, Mecca into Cam Coleman, or obviously the pinnacle would be Jeremiah Smith, and seems to be a steps up this year as well. That is kind of on the table for us. It depends where we pivot here because our receiving room is so bare. If we move Achane, we move off of Tyler Warren, I think we almost guarantee that we're going to be a top 2 pick coming up. There's Jaden Reed right there.
All right. Do they have our first?
And Jaden Reed?
Wait, 102 this year?
And
because you said 102, and that's what I was originally thinking as well, which is a hard no if that's the case. Okay. So both are options.
Let's see who's on that team. Let's see what the receivers he has. He has Jaden Reed, the team, right?
That other team, yeah.
I mean, if he's willing to give me Jaden Reed and my 27 first back for Amuka, after we make some deals. Like I would entertain that.
See, I don't think Jaden Reed moves the needle enough for me.
It just gives me another receiver to like hang my hat on. And like let's pivot first. Let's see where we can move Achane first. Okay. Can you put back in contender mode? Because Team 5 had a desperate need for a receiver or running back, and they had a lot of receivers on their roster. So Team 5, please.
One more. There we go.
Yeah, so he's sitting here. His quarterback is Jane Daniels, Trevor Lawrence. He feels really good about that. He's absolutely loaded at receiver. Unfortunately,
He desperately needs a running back.
He desperately needs a running back. And
Pickens plus what?
Pickens, I would.
Does he have a first?
Yeah, let's see if start there.
I would do Pickens in his 27 first for Achane if he's willing to do it. Maybe he wouldn't be, but like I do think there's a risk with Pickens that, especially on a franchise tag and CD will be back, like this year could be not as glamorous as last year. Maybe it is.
Super 4 overall. He's still a stud. I don't know if he'd be interested in doing that. That's the problem. Like I think there's a path where we could throw him.
Do we have an old receiver we could package with it?
I think we could package Travis Hunter with it personally to excite him and get a little and possibly get like a little bit.
I mean, if he would do that, sure. To me, Travis Hunter doesn't move the needle at all anymore, but maybe.
I wonder if we could throw him. Like my first instinct, Garrett, is I throwing him George Pickens or throwing him Devon Achane and Travis Hunter for George Pickens, his 27 first and second, just to see if it can get done.
I mean, yeah, that would be the dream.
And I would settle for I guess I would just settle for his 27 first. I guess you can offer Achane for. I just don't think us offering Achane for George Pickens and his first is going to get it. Like he's just going to say no.
What other receivers do we have, Pete? I was hoping we had like an older guy that would like help him win now, but we really don't.
No,
do we have any other running backs that are older that would help him win? No. Although I would do Manungai. I would do Achane and Manungai for his 27 first and George Pickens.
Yeah, 100%. I would do that for sure. I would do that. I would offer him Trevion Henderson for George Pickens straight up. I would do that and not even ask for the 27 first.
I don't know. I don't love that one.
You don't love that? Again, a 25-year-old receiver on a run team with a running back that hasn't established a starting role yet. Even though he's
only 25. I thought he's going to be. I thought this was his age 26 season.
Okay, I think Pickens would be a nice pivot point where we could trade later as well. Let's see, and that's in contender mode. What does Team 8 have? I just want to see they think they could pivot here. Justin Herbert, okay. Travis Etienne, he feels good about that today.
What about Team 3? The receivers are fairly spread out in this league, so makes it tough. But he might be a little worried about his running backs.
Team 2? Yeah, he may be with that, but let's see Team 2. Brees, Kyron.
I mean, Marv's an ideal target for me right now.
Yeah.
I would love to go after him. And even honestly, a Parker Washington is a cheap like throw in that, I mean, I don't think anyone would be surprised if he ends up being their leading receiver this year. He was last year.
Hey, Pete, throw this in the calculator. Throw in Brees Hall and Marv Harrison for Achane. I want to see if it's insulting.
I don't know if he would do it.
I don't think
it might not be that far off, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Or like offer him Travis Hunter back. Again, I have no problem.
Yeah.
Like Travis Hunter, I think is a nice young piece where people like feel good about it. Brees Hall and
for Achane and Marv, or for Hall and Marv.
Achane and Hunter. Yeah, scroll down, find that.
You're gonna have to scroll down to get to Hunter.
So we win that deal, right?
Yeah.
That might interest them.
That would be a
That's
hard
how much
no
he
for
likes
me.
Brees, right? Like the community's down for Brees. Like, not a deal I expect to get done, but it's an offer I would throw out.
I would definitely throw it out there. I mean, it's worth the shot. The hard part about Brees is, even though I'm interested in him, he's now going to give us points this year. That's the tricky part.
Allegedly, we'll see. I mean,
That's why I'm more interested in picks. Like, if I think I could flip them then for picks, I'd be
we
more
don't have
interested. But like,
we don't even have our first Garrett. So what are you that interested? Like,
well, that's what we're saying. Like, isn't the deal originally we're trying to get our first back?
we don't know that yet. We said let's get back to it after we look at some of these trades. If that's the case, then we're just off. If that's
Make up your mind, man.
Well, if that's the case, and we're just trying to get our first back, then we're selling a Mecca, and then we could pivot off here and not take Brees back, offer him A-Chain and Hunter for Marv and his 27 first. It depends where we're going here and which way. It'd be nice to know if he's watching, like which way he'd want to go, right? Like if he's like, hey man, if he's willing to like that entices him, I'm all for moving a Becca and get our first back and see if somehow we can get Jaden Reed. Just again, an upside value receiver. We need some depth that we have no receivers whatsoever. Then that changes everything because now can we get Travis Hunter and H.N. Now we can just start offering for like upside receivers like Marvin Harrison, a little bit low, and his 27 first. I think Travis Hunter, it depends how savvy they are, right? All right. Well, thanks for shopping. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid of the 28 first. Does he have that? Does he even have that either? Does he?
He does. He has a 28 first.
Oh, he does? Oh, my vision. God bless it going away. Miss you.
All right. So I'm with you on like I'm fine going to get our 27 first back. I want more though if I'm giving up a Mecca Ibuka because it's what we're basically doing is we're taking like an established player that would be worth taking at the 102 or whatever that year. And then we're saying like we have a pick that could end up being a Mecca Ibuka. So like I need something else on top of it.
And let's look at team 12 to see who we're competing with the 1-1-2. Let's start there. Like,
he's got Bijan
and Dak and Evans.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He's going to put up.
He'll score enough points.
Yeah, I mean, his receiver.
This team doesn't know how to tank. That's the problem. He's still got Mike Evans.
What pick do they have?
They have a lot of
multiple first too. Oh yeah, he's gonna be.
So
better
they're in the middle of a blow up.
Yeah, he's going to be better than us probably. So we could probably get Jeremiah Smith. That's the whole point. Like I think if we could pivot from a Mecca Ibuka to Jeremiah Smith, that's a massive win. Like, listen, Jeremiah Smith is more likely than not, almost guaranteed, he's going to come into the league and he's going to become Dynasty wide receiver 1. Like overall,
it's true, more than likely. But we thought that was going to be the case with Marvin Harrison too.
We did, which means it's almost even more guaranteed. You can't be wrong that many times in a row, right? Like it's almost that guaranteed. So like, listen, I'm all in on Jeremiah Smith. I really am. Like I think he has a chance to be the next, like again, who's counting Julio Jones, and be a true difference maker for your dynasty team. And have the fact that we already have 2 other 27 firsts in this 1 QB league. Like I have no problem blowing up and getting 27 and 28 draft picks. H-Hand's gonna be a second contract running back. I think Travis Hunter still news is fresh enough where it can entice some people. So like, I love the idea of getting Marv for H-Hand in his 27 first and giving Travis Hunter in that. If again, these are trades we're throwing out there, right? So they're not even guaranteed to get accepted. Giving up a Ibuka and get our 27 first back and Jaden Reed would be kind of nice. And then Tyler Warren. We still got to find a home here for Tyler Warren. I think Tyler Warren can get us, this isn't tight end premium. I have no problem with having other tight ends having fan in them. I think Tyler Warren could potentially get us a 27 first as well, which I'd be super.
That's what I was just going to say. Look at this team right here. This team is, in theory, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they think they're rebuild or if they're going for it or what, but they desperately need a tight end, like desperately. And he fits either mold, like rebuild or contender. And he has first to give. So this would be one of the first guys that I'm going to talk to.
He wouldn't give us, what's that?
He wouldn't give us his own, probably.
What's that?
He probably wouldn't give us his own.
Yeah. What is it? What is Rams in contender mode? Ooh, top number 2.
Yeah, they're one of the top teams.
Okay, so it's a late first.
Unless you can do that in a second.
Yeah.
I would do a late 27 first and second. I would do that.
For our team, yeah. I think so too. I also wouldn't mind trying to get a young receiver if I could, like pivot off the late first for like a nice receiver that we like. Like a tender team that has the depth at receiver. Again, you gotta go a little higher to contenders here. This guy needs a receiver tight end pretty badly. I would offer him. If I can get, he's not even starting. If I can get Ricky Pearsall plus,
It would need to be a pretty big plus for me, because especially with Mike Evans there, and I have a strong feeling that they're locked into a guy like Omar Cooper at pick 27. Like, I think there's a chance Ricky Pearsall could be losing value here soon.
I don't know, man. I think they might make some moves and go tackle. They're probably going to lose Trent Williams.
They might. They might, but
they spent a first-round pick on Ricky Pearsall a couple of years. Yeah, who knows? We'll see. We'll see in a couple of weeks. This guy's got multiple.
The Panthers spent a first-round pick on Xavier Legette too. So,
I wish we knew what these draft picks were too. Like in order. I wish they were in there. Like
until they roll their league over, it doesn't do
yeah,
it. So
it's kind of sucks because again, he has 226 first. Like if that can get us, if I can get like a good young receiver in this draft and flip for Tyler Warren and just pivot, like that'd be a good spot for me. Yeah, it sucks they didn't roll their league over. Okay, so you're not in on Ricky Pearsall. I understand that. Let's go to Team 7. Let's kind of walk up. Team 7's loaded at tight end.
Yeah, they don't need a tight end.
Pete, we're looking at tight ends. Come on, buddy.
Let's go to the next one. Yeah, go ahead and go to Team 6. They could use one. They've got 227 first as well. They got Jacob H's. Where's Jacob H? Oh, he's 4th in contender.
Okay, 4th I can live with.
I could live with that. Let's see his team. What's Team 4 look like?
Yeah, he definitely needs a tight end.
Yeah.
Was this a team that has?
Well, this is the team we're trying to see how good it is, because he doesn't have his first. Team 6 has his first.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have a tight end. First. His receivers are solid.
Yeah.
That's our first. I wonder if we can get. I wonder if he'd be interested in. I know he said he wants a Mecca because he wants to go all Ohio State. Would he be interested in Travis Hunter and Tyler Warren for a first back? Because he needs a tight end. Instead of giving the Becca, I know he asked for a Mecca.
I would do that. I would do, especially with it not being tight end premium. Yeah, I would give Tyler Warren and Travis Hunter. Yeah,
I would counter with that before the Mecca deal, which again I'm totally kind of willing to do if we get a little on top. Like I would counter like, hey dude, you need a tight end more than you need a Mecca. I'll give you Tyler Warren and Travis Hunter for my first back and start there. That's where I would do.
I agree with that.
Then I'd also try that Achane deal. Then at that point, once we do that, I'm trying to see if I can give Achane and a little something on top, like Achane and Achane and Manungai for Marv in his 27 first. Depends how much, if he's in or out on Marv. And like I'd probably even throw in Jordan Addison on that, like try to like really overdo it, like because then we keep a Mecca. Offer him Achane, Manungai, and Jordan Addison for Marv in his 27 first. Does that sound like a little bit more enticing to him because he could use a running back? Who doesn't need this guy? He doesn't need a running back as bad. I mean, everybody needs Achane.
Yeah, everybody could use him.
That's the thing. Like, I hope like sometimes I get the vibe that people don't appreciate Achane as much as he should be appreciated. Like he's not too far off from Jahmyr Gibbs in my eyes.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of where the value he should be at in the range.
But I think Marvin at first could get done. I think that realistically could get done for Achane.
I would throw in Jordan Addison. Oh, that's right. It doesn't have it first, so never mind.
They don't have the 27 first, but Wait, what was the team with our 27 first?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, they were the ones. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna see if they take Tyler Warren and Travis Hunter for our first back.
Something I like to do, Rich. I don't know that we've talked about this a ton. If there's a scenario where a team could really use the players I have, interested in the players I have, but they don't have what I want back, every once in a while I will include a third team. And I'll see if like I can use a third team to it's harder because now you're dealing with two people to try to like figure it out. But I've seen it happen. I've made 3-team trades. So I don't know that we're going to spend a lot of time trying to finagle one here on the show, but that is something that I think you should be open to if it looks like one guy's really interested in some of your players. If there's another team that could be a buffer to help kind of work something out.
Yeah, I think the move here is getting Warren and Achane off your roster as quick as possible. And I love the avenue of an open up to get that 27 class. I don't like getting Buka straight up. I think you deserve a little bit more.
What about this, Rich? So if let's say we did the Warren move and we get our 27 first back, and then what if instead of going to the team that has Marvin Harrison, what if we go to them about instead of Achane, what if we go about them with Emeka Ibuka and we could get Marvin Harrison plus? Because honestly, I don't see a huge difference between Marvin Harrison and Emeka Ibuka. Other people might. So if there's a difference there, I think that's a way to like still be able to keep a good young upside receiver and get something on top.
Yeah, I mean, you got Trey McBride and you got Michael Wilson there in Arizona. Jacoby Brissett is the starter as it looks right now, who had a really good pour with Michael Wilson. Everything just leads like you're really just trying to get wide receiver 2 numbers out of Marv and feel like that. So if that opens it up, I would definitely be interested in that. But what are we going to get on top of Marv? Because he doesn't have his 27 first. Like,
would you go to that team real quick, Pete? Let's see what else he's got. What about Parker Washington?
No.
Parker Washington in a second?
I'd rather just find a different avenue, to be honest with you. I think there's more.
I think I would like that personally. If I could trade
if we're moving
Buka and I could get Marvin Harrison a second and Parker Washington.
I think I'd rather go to team 5, who's loaded at receiver than like at that point and see like they need running back bad. Like I think that would like again, there was nothing really entices me there. It's a perfectly I mean, I know he would like to get off Higgins because he has Chase and Higgins. So like an HN deal here could probably get us back T Higgins plus.
But this team doesn't have a first. I don't remember.
Do.
Does this team have a first? They do. T Higgins in a first for Achane.
Then I'd be looking to move T Higgins.
Yeah, probably. Would that be enough? That's close.
It's close. I don't love it because it's going to be a mid. Because again, we have to expect that it's probably because look at his team. Like even Achane having Achane in this guy's team doesn't necessarily like. He's only has 2 running backs. It's David Montgomery and Achane. That's it. Like one Achane injury. Like we're having probably pick 6, pick 5, somewhere in that.
Which is
range.
good. We'd want a better pick.
No, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like it interests me there. It opens the door. Then we have a Mecca and T to pivot there.
And we already have 2 firsts in 27. Plus if we're getting our own back in the Tyler Warren deal, now all of a sudden the draft has to come through us. You know, now we're looking at having the 1-1 and we've got 3 other first round picks. We are kind of starting to get to the point where we own the draft.
You know, which is exactly where we want to be. I mean, there's going to be about 3 running backs in the 27 class as it looks right now. Probably looking about 5 receivers, a couple tight ends, you know,
lots of quarterbacks, which doesn't help here, but
yeah. So I think it's a really good starting point. I think the big thing here is he's gonna have to let us know because everything's based off of those couple deals where you go from there and to pivot from there. But I think Achane and Tyler Warren is a way to go. If you can get your first back for a Mecca, but the Mecca's plus, I would do that too. So you nuked it. Feel free to put the counter back in there, and then we can at least answer that later.
Sounds good. All right, let's get on to the next one. Okay. Yeah. All right, next one up here. This is John's team. This is a 12-team super flex league, starting 10 guys. So let's take a look at this team here. At quarterback position, we've got Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, and Tua. At running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams, Chase Brown, Ramondre Stevenson, Kamani Vidal. At wide receiver, Jamar Chase, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Michael Pittman Jr., and DJ Moore. At tight end, we've got George Kittle, Juwan Johnson, Colby Parkinson, and Jay Tongs. Or Tongus? I think it's Tongus. We do not have any draft selections outside of a couple thirds. We are currently in 4th place in Dynasty mode. Pete, where are we at in contender mode?
Should be pretty high.
We are in 3rd place in contender mode. So we have a awesome wide receiver core there, Rich. And obviously, DJ Moore will be getting a big bump in contender value in our next update. So that'll be even a little bit higher as far as all of the wide receiver value that this team has currently.
It should be a massive update in contender mode for him. I mean,
yeah, he'll get a big update.
He just got even Dynasty mode. Like I moved up my rankings in Dynasty today. I mean, 3 years guaranteed in Buffalo is, I mean, the dude got 85 million guaranteed.
Yeah, when we do the post free agency update, he'll get a big boost there. But
who we competing against?
So what's that?
Who we going against here first? Okay, sexy.
It's a good team.
Yeah, he's pretty similar to us. Like that doesn't scare me. We could compete.
Better quarterbacks though.
Yeah, better quarterbacks.
That's our biggest like maybe pain point for us is we don't necessarily have any guys right now that are going to threaten the top 8 or so. Even if like everything goes right, we're probably still looking at like best case scenario for Darnold is like quarterback 12 and Daniel Jones, maybe he gets to 9 or so. So that's kind of the trickiest part for us right now. Yeah. But I don't know that there's any big moves that I'm wanting to make there. But we can talk about that as we go. Obviously, our wide receivers are our strength. We have enough running back to get by. I think we're fine on a contender, but we're not like it's not a strength necessarily. Who's our tight end again?
Nobody.
It's low, right? It's George Kittle. So that's a big question mark right there.
Yeah, he's gonna probably exist. So my first instinct, Garrett, here is how do I move? I would like to move one of my big 3. Like I'm looking for like a big time deal. I want to move one of my big 3 receivers and upgrade my quarterback and tight end position. I'm willing to give Chase Brown and Kyron Williams to pivot like in what some might see as a downturn on running back just a little, make that happen too. Like for a big time deal. Like I'm trying to find I'm not doing a 1-for-1 trade here. I'm trying to find like a big time trade here.
I'm with you. I think you've got to move specifically Chase or JSN. You could try to move Amon-Ra. People just seem to not respect him as much as they should.
Can we go team 5, please?
It's probably one of those 2 guys you're going to be moving. This team would make a lot of sense.
This team would make a lot of sense. That team makes a lot of sense. All right. I am looking here immediately. And I think I want Jaden Daniels. All right. Let's can we open the trade calculator and just so we can kind of figure this out like in the thing. All right. Here's an offer I'm making. So immediately put in Jaden Daniels, and then we gotta give him back Sam Darnold. Like that's not even an option. He needs a quarterback too.
Yeah, they'll need a quarterback back. Although they do have Watson, who might end up being the starter.
Yeah. You're
back to misery.
You're on the old.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Team 5.
Bryce.
Come on, Bryce. Let's get something dealing here. You need help at receiver. We're about to offer you something sexy.
Do I would give him the choice of Chase or JSN. I view them almost identical.
I'm offering Chase.
Okay.
I want to stay. I want to keep the. I want the years. If I'm giving up one, I'm giving up the years.
That's fine.
We have to give up Sam Darnold for sure. Okay. I want back Jaden Daniels. I want back Colston Loveland. I would like to pivot here, Garrett. Personally, I want to offer him Chase Brown, and I'd like to get back Quinshon Judkins. I'd like to get younger there on a rookie deal. Personally,
I think if we do that, I think we're going to need to go Harold Fant instead of Loveland because I think the perceived value of Loveland is significantly higher than Judkins.
yeah, but we're giving up Jamar Chase. And I think Jaden Daniels.
Giving up Jaden Daniels.
I know, but I think James Daniels' value is down a little bit in the community. I know he's still high. He's still high in our rank value, but I guarantee we're higher on Jaden Daniels most. Like he's going to I have him ranked in top 6 still. And he's going usually back end first right now in ADP.
Well, I think that's kind of where he is in this right now. Is
okay.
Into first.
Well, let's just see. Hold on. Can we experiment?
I'm doing the math already. We're off.
Okay. Still. So but we have to offer the Chase Brown, and we win by 2,990 points. I'm offering that.
He's not.
Calculators just calculators.
I get it, but realistically, I think we've got to do Harold Fant instead of Colston Loveland if you realistically want him to accept that.
So I like Harold Fant, so I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I do too. And I love Loveland. I think he's amazing, but I think the perceived value of Loveland is even higher than our rank sets have him. So he would be even higher in other people's rankings than we have him. And I think Fannon's lower in other people's.
I moved Loveland up, I think, to my tight end 3.
Did you? Yeah, I think he's my 3 or 4 too in Dynasty mode.
Yeah, in Dynasty.
We might have to give a sweetener. I would send this first. If he accepts it, great. If we need to give a sweetener, what would you give, Rich?
I don't know if I'm giving a sweetener. We're giving up Jamar Chase. We're giving up the number 1 guy at his position in most rank sets. We're not asking for a receiver back. We're giving him Chase Brown. Again, we're lower on Chase Brown, I think, the community too. Mm-hmm. So I think that point value differentiates itself a little bit. Like right now, look at Chase Brown's value compared to Quinshon Judkins. I could see a lot of people playing Dynasty have them pretty similar, pretty close. So I'm not giving anything on top personally. Like I don't care what this calculator says at all. I don't even know who made this stupid calculator. Like I don't care about those.
I would be willing to give a little bit because to get a quarterback of Jaden Daniels' caliber is a difficult thing to do.
He has Lamar, and he's win out. Like here's the thing. He needs Jamar Chase. Like he needs him. Like he has Lamar. He's a little bit older. Like he has Malik Neighbors. Like he doesn't have a true number 1. Like he needs him. So that's why I was asking for Colston Loveland because he has Trey McBride. Sometimes you go for the throat, right? And if he says no, would you do it for Harold Fant? If he said no, he would probably say either 2 things. I can't give up Jaden Daniels. I love him too much for that. Or he'd say, dude, I'm not giving him Colston Loveland with DJ Moore leaving. Then I go back, okay, dude, would you do it for Harold Fant then instead? You know, like along those lines, you would kind of know where you stand. I think sometimes, Garrett, when you approach teams with guys, you can slightly overpay it when you get the 1-1 of Jamar Chase, right? I think the beauty of that is it can overwhelm a trade and get things done when you get a guy who's 1-1 at your position, potentially 1-2 at your position. And Jaden Daniels is not even quarterback 3 in a lot of people's eyes, right? Some people would still probably take Lamar Jackson ahead of him. There's a lot of other different ways you can go. I'm sure some people would take Caleb Williams over Jaden Daniels today too. You know what I mean? So it's not, there's a lot of different ways that can go for value. I know this is in our calculator, but I'm saying that's what I would offer. I think that for that team offering him Jamar Chase, and I have Malik Neighbors and Jamar Chase. I get Sam Darnold back, but that's fine. And I'm getting Chase Brown even though I'm getting off Quinshawn junkies like I do, I got Genty, Chase Brown, who's more for sure. Because remember, Quinshawn's come with that big injury too, so he could be down in some people's eyes. He's not a pass catcher and running back, and he's got Bayshall too in there. So like I think he feels his team's significantly better, and he probably likes Harold Fannin a lot too. On a points per game basis, his 14.1 points per game in the second half of the season was higher than Colston Loveland was anyways from week 8 on. So for me, I don't think asking for Colston Loveland is a little too much. I understand that Jaden Daniels' weight changes, but there's going to be a lot of people who are a little bit worried about Jaden Daniels right now, and I'm taking that into effect. Joe Burrow's coming back fully healthy, which is going to help Jamar Chase potentially be the number 1 fantasy receiver overall. So I think there's a path there.
You don't have to sell me on it. I think it's a great trade.
I'm selling the audience. I'm selling everybody else.
Yeah, no, I love it. I just don't think I wouldn't accept that. Like if I were on the other side,
I wouldn't.
Like I wouldn't. So that's why I'm saying I think you got to give a sweetener on top.
But it's because listen.
But if we wouldn't do it, we've got to make sure that we give it an alternate path if we think it's fair.
2 reasons. First, I would heavily think about it because I'm getting Jamar Chase on my team. I would heavily think about it. The number one reason I'm not doing it is because I'm a huge Jaden Daniels fan. But like dude, Washington had all that money. They haven't done much to upgrade their team, and their team's old. Like
they haven't.
You know what I mean? So it's not like Jaden Daniels does come with. Listen, we were concerned about injuries when he's coming out because of his frame. He's already been banged up twice. And he missed all pretty much last year. So that's a red flag. When you give up a Jamar Chase and you're taking risks back, that has to be weighted a little bit too. I think that's a really good starting point. So that's only one team we've done right here. That's only one team.
I agree it's a good starting point. You might have to give more though.
We might. But I want to see what his counter is. I want to see what his reaction is there. Because I don't think we're insulting him at all there.
No, I don't think so. But I would not accept that trade if I was on the other side.
Okay. Well, I would counter. I wouldn't say this is insulting.
For sure.
He's lucky I didn't ask for Ricky Pearsall back.
All right.
Yes, very much so. But I don't think this team thinks they're going anywhere. What do they want Jamar Chase for?
Yeah, that's the hard part. Is I just don't know that we have. I don't know they're the right partner to dance with unless we're giving JSN. That would be the only reason they would want to dance with us. But getting Brock Purdy back isn't enough, and I don't know who else makes up the gap unless we're doing draft picks. But we're trying to contend, so I don't think this team makes sense for us.
No, I don't think so. If he was willing to give me Brock Purdy and his 27 first, I'd give him JSN.
I might, but I still got to move with the 27 first for something else.
Yeah,
I'd rather see if there's other teams.
Going to be really high. I'm just going to pivot off JSN and get a really good receiver next year.
Where are we at in our window though? Because I don't know that we have a huge window.
We have really good receivers. We can afford dude.
We do, but Pittman and DJ Moore aren't getting any younger. We don't have a tight end still. I would rather go get players with that pick or with JSN.
Oh, I don't want to do that deal. I'm just saying, it's not anything crazy. That's not on my radar. Pete just went to that team. For that team, I would be okay. I would listen to.
What's team 7, Pete? They've got Allen and Mahomes and Willis. I would be open to going after Mahomes. The only tricky part is we don't know the ACL, when he's coming back, all that kind of stuff does make it a little cumbersome. But we do currently have 3 starting quarterbacks.
We have 3 starting quarterbacks?
We do. None of them are great, but, well, I guess maybe not. Depends on Tua.
I'm not counting Tua. I'm not relying on Tua for anything.
Penix is also dealing with an ACL injury.
I know. Still, I'm not counting on Tua. Tua probably look bad enough. Who knows? He could take over. Who knows? I'm not counting on him before.
Yeah, no. I'm not either.
I don't like anything. Right, I don't like anything Team 7.
Team 7.
I don't like it. I don't have a tight end we can get back at all. Team 5, 100% is the best dance partner so far. Go to Team 6.
Probably the best dance partner. What about 6? Interesting. Who do they have at tight end though?
I don't have anything at tight end. I wouldn't mind.
I have no tight end.
But I wouldn't mind. For JSN,
what's Team 8 got?
Hold on, right here. What do you think of that? Just because we're trying just to upgrade quarterback, right? We have Jamar Chase. If we offered him JSN and Sam Darnold for Joe Burrow and Rome Odunze,
I would. think
pretty
I would
close,
do
right?
that.
We just get to stack. We get to
Yeah,
check.
I think I would do that. Joe Burrow does worry me a little bit.
Yes, he will always worse. But when he's on, he's on. He's
For sure.
sweet, succulent fantasy. Pretty close. See? Pretty close deal.
Pretty close.
I'm
We
again,
are technically losing that, but I mean by a marginal.
I'm not really like you get the upside of Rome, right? Who looked really good before he got hurt at the end, right there. You get so like you get another receiver back, and you get a high upside receiver back, and you get a much better quarterback.
Yeah.
Even though we do,
I guess the biggest question in that one is
we're giving.
How do we see Sam Darnold long term? Like, do we see him taking a step forward, or is he going to like live as like quarterback 15 kind of guy?
I think he's gonna live there. Yeah.
And then what do we see for Odunze? Like, does he stay as like a wide receiver 2, or can he become a wide receiver 1?
I think he can become a wide receiver 1. I think he can.
I'm a little nervous. Nervous about Odunze.
It's not. Yeah, I don't feel great about. Like, I think he lives in wide receiver 2 world if he stays healthy.
I think so too.
And I think the upgrade of Burrow potentially being quarterback 5 overall, and Sam Darnold 15 overall. I think that's where we make up the big difference. I think the point differential between the two, if you added both their fantasy scores, say 2026 ended, and everybody was healthy, I think the fantasy total points scored would be more on Rome and Burrow than Smith and Jigba and Darnold. Is my point. That's all.
Yeah, it could be, and I'm fine selling JSN high. Go to that team that had it was like team 8. They had a lot at tight end. It looked like. Who do they have? Bowers is the one.
You've been deceived.
Yeah. When one guy is that good, it kind of props everything up.
I mean, we're trying to make
have we gone to 2? Yeah.
Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft.
And Kraft. Doesn't really need receiver though.
Yeah, plus we don't want to compete. We're not trying to make him better.
Right. I mean, unless there's a deal where I'm getting like a 3-fer, where I'm getting Kraft, Harrison, and something else, then I would maybe listen.
I would want Kraft, Harrison, and Tet. And that's not happening.
It might actually happen. It's not it is tight end premium.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a crazy ask.
I think I'm really pigeonholed on Team 5's our best dance partner because they're low. They have 3 good tight ends and they desperately need Jamar Chase.
Like, I agree. I think that's our best dance partner. But in case they don't love us, we gotta find alternatives.
What's Team 4? They need a receiver. Oh yeah, they need a receiver bad.
They're old.
They are old, but
so they have no tight ends.
No tight ends either. And they got no draft picks. Thanks for stopping by, but we're close.
Yeah. What's the number 1 team? What do they got?
Yeah.
They're not giving up Sam Laporta.
I don't necessarily even want Sam Laporta.
I don't really either, but
dude, Team 5, that's our dance partner, man.
Go back to our team, Pete. I want to look over our team again.
We're holding we're gonna get a deal done with them. I feel confident.
Definitely the one I want. Is there another team out there? Okay, let's go back to Team 8 for a second.
Okay.
Hear me out, Rich.
I'm
because
listening.
Obviously
I can't not hear you.
I know that they would be hesitant to do this, but if you're throwing out a JSN, you're throwing out a Jamar Chase, Brock Bowers could be available. If those are the names you're throwing out. They're going ahead of Brock Bowers and ADP every single time. I think it's at least worth pursuing. Like, hey, Brock Bowers plus something for JSN or Jamar Chase.
If I would love to see if I can get Brock Bowers and Trevor Lawrence.
And then give Sam Darnold back.
And give Sam Darnold, Jamar Chase, and go back to our team again.
I think that's all you'd have to give.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay, if you think so.
You might have to give a tiny bit more, but nothing crazy. Maybe a second.
I don't even think we have any draft picks, so.
Oh, that's true. We only got thirds. Give them both thirds.
Yeah, both thirds.
Yeah. I would do that.
If we get Trevor Lawrence and upgrade Trevor Lawrence from Sam Darnold, and we get Trevor Lawrence and Brock Bowers, I would give up Jamar Chase and say, yeah, that's another second deal we found. Yes.
Yep. So that's a good alternate deal in case you're not able to get a deal done with teams.
It's just weird because that team's like so like bad. Like were they even off of
well, and they I think they would probably prefer JSN because of the extra 2 years. So you'd probably have to give JSN instead, which they would probably love the Darnold JSN stack.
Yeah, I have no problem. I mean, if that's what we have to do, I have no problem doing that either. Yeah. Like I'd probably throw it both ways and see which one they let him pick. Like, hey, I'll give you JSN and or Jamar Chase and Darnold for Brock Bowers and Trevor Lawrence.
And the more we talk about that deal, the more I warm up to it too, because the ceiling for Trevor Lawrence, even though like his floor does still worry me a little bit, his ceiling is ridiculous. Yeah, so then all of a sudden, huge upgrade there, and then you're getting Brock Bowers. That honestly, I think Bowers is gonna have a monster year with Fernando Mendoza.
I agree 100%.
So I like the more we talk about that one, I'm like, yeah, I'm motivated to get that deal done.
Yeah, I mean, I still like the other one, getting Jaden Daniels and Colston Loveland or Harold Fannin too, and we're upgraded. So, yeah, I think those are two. We found two really good trade partners. Those are both good deals. Like I think there's a path for both of those that are realistically. I'm still starting with Team 5 first. But I like Trevor Lawrence so much. Like I love the other deal too, like getting Brock Bowers as my tight end 1, and then that leaves us with JSN, Amon-Ra, Pittman, and more. And then in 2028, we got to find another receiver. But then we're probably blowing it up anyways. Like after the 2027 season, we're probably in blow up year anyways. Like Williams done, Brown's done most likely, and we're flipping Gibbs, we're flipping Chase, we're flipping everything, even probably potentially Brock Bowers at that point. So,
all right,
next one. Moving on up.
All right, this is
teams crushing.
Doesn't match up with the Pete. Can you hop in? I don't know that it matches up with the sheet. So which one we got?
Sheet.
This one says Zach's league, but here I'm seeing Tyler. Oh wait, Zach's league is the league name. Okay. Weird. Okay. That did get me. All right. So we've got Tyler here in Zach's league, Superflex tight end premium, 11 starters here. He said he's open to tearing down from some of the cornerstones, but needs to get real value in return. And the league is not great at trading. How can I transition my team from a contender to a strong contender?
Well, look at team 1 first. Like, can we just do that?
Sure. Mahomes, Stafford, Love,
beatable. Beatable. His tight ends are pushing him up big time.
Yeah, and you're probably not starting multiple of them.
That maybe is.
I mean, he could. He could. I mean, you're starting Bowers and McBride. You're probably not starting Kraft though.
No. And go up to his running backs. His receivers are good, but yeah, and he's starting Trevion too. So it's what does this start? What, Pete?
This is Superflex tight end premium. Start 11.
Start 11. Yeah. Okay, go back to our team because that guy's beatable. So I'm no longer worried about what we're gonna do. Bijan, Brees, Montgomery.
All right, so we've got Drake May, Brock Purdy, Bijan Robinson, Brees Hall, David Montgomery, Trey Benson, LaQuint Allen at running back, wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Lad McConkey, Romo Dunze, Adonai Mitchell, Jaden Higgins, Josh Downs, Jalen McMillan, and then at tight end, TJ Hawkinson, Brenton Strange, AJ Barner, and Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely will also be getting a boost here now with free agency. So we also have no 27 first, but we do have our 26 and 28 first. Yeah. Pete, where are we? Oh, this is contender. Where are we at in dynasty mode? Are we also 4th? Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and go back to contender mode though. I tell me how you feel about this, Rich. Right now, to get an elite tight end, we'd have to go through the number 1 team. And I don't want to give them any more depth anywhere. Like it's going to be really hard to work with them, I think, in order to make something happen. We have Isaiah Likely now that is going to be on the Jets. It's tough to trust him, but I wonder if instead of going the route of trying to get an elite tight end, if we go more death by 1,000 cuts and try to get 2 or 3 other really solid guys and try to figure out who's the guy this year that's going to be tight end 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I look at our team and start 11. Now, to be fair, most start 11 teams are going to be a little bit more
Shallow.
rough. Like what's this team going on?
We've got a lot of tight ends there.
There's a part of me looking at our team, Garrett, like I would somewhat kind of like to pivot to 2027, 2028
Okay.
with our team, which would inquire me, like I would like to move, like for here, for example, like I would offer this team. Can we go back up just a little bit here? I don't care about picks right now. Could I give him? I would like to offer this team, Garrett, to start right here. CeeDee Lamb for Garrett Wilson and one of his tight ends.
I would love that move.
Yeah.
Yep. I would love that move.
That's the offer I'm making this team. I want, and I'll take any one of them not named Arondé Gadsden, honestly.
Let's say hypothetically he's like, I can't do Wilson, but I'll do Flowers or Harrison or Waddle. I'll do any of my other receivers not named Wilson. Would you still do that deal or no?
If I'm getting Loveland or Pitts back.
I think for Loveland, I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do like a Harrison and Loveland.
Yeah, I would do that.
For
I would take I don't want Zay Flowers. I would want Harrison. I know Flowers come off a wide receiver 1 year, but I still want to take the upside here because then if it fails, that's fine. It kind of puts me into a rebuild mode a little bit anyways to pivot.
And to beat a team that is that strong, we've got to take like upside shots. We can't like settle for mediocrity. So like, yeah, we're taking some risk there, but I would be totally fine. Now, if you can get Garrett Wilson and Loveland, that's awesome. But if not, I would be willing to do Harrison and Loveland.
I'm trying to get Garrett Wilson.
I would prefer that too. So would you prefer Fannin and Wilson over Harrison and Loveland?
Yes. It's very close though, I guess, because even now it's
very close.
Now I say because listen, like I love Loveland's upside. I loved where he was. I think tight end 4 overall from week 8 on. Like I love the second half year of Loveland. But Rome was hurt too, so that doesn't, you know, what I mean, that takes a little bit into it as well. I think Garrett Wilson is a tier 2 receiver. I think he's excellent. He's getting Geno back. That's going to help the cause a little bit. And I honestly think Pitts and Fannin could outproduce Colston Loveland. Like
I think it's definitely possible. That's what I was about to say about Fannin. The Browns have not addressed receiver at all yet. And granted, they could at 6, but they also have not addressed left tackle yet, which is a very realistic possibility at 6 as well. So there's and this is what we want out of our tight ends. There's a chance that Harold Fannin goes into the season as the number 1 option in the receiving game for the Browns.
And which was realistically he was last year. Going back, the second half of the season, Harold Fannin was averaging 14.1 points per game. Like that's elite tight end 1 tier. Like that's up into that, like close to like Trey McBride, Brock Beard. Obviously Trey McBride's putting up wide receiver 1 numbers, but those are usually you're talking about regression there. So yeah, I could settle for Harold Fannin and Garrett Wilson. Like I think I definitely want Garrett Wilson over Marv if I can make it happen. So I'm offering it. I mean, again, and this guy might not be interested in CeeDee Lamb. Who knows? But like, that's my first offer on the board, is I'm going that way. And it's like a small pivot. And we need one more starter because he's got, he had 2 players that I did not like in the starting lineup. So we need another starter.
Go back to our starting lineup again.
And he could afford it.
Yeah, because obviously we can't have Trey Benson in there.
Yeah, Trey Benson was the guy he had in our lineup that we can't have.
Josh Downs, I think, is going to enter our starting lineup, though, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're starting Josh Downs. He has Jalen Jalen McMillan there. We're just starting Josh Downs over McMillan.
Yeah,
which is easy.
yeah.
You know,
And Higgins has a chance. Adonai has a chance. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
well, with the removal of Michael Pittman, for sure. Like, but at least we have it on lock, Jones or Mitchell, whoever slides in number 2, or technically the number 3 role behind Tyler Warren. Okay, so that team's the first offer on the table there for CD. I think it's a strong approach.
I think it's a strong offer.
Can we see Team 5 what they're cooking? They could use a receiver too.
You know what kind of player I want to target here, Rich? It depends on what team he's on, but like in a start 11 league, I want to target like a J.K. Dobbins. He's not going to be expensive, but he's going to help fill out my lineup on a week-to-week basis and make our starting lineup a lot more solid.
Yeah, he was like 4th in the league in rushing when he went down. Like he was there.
He just got 10 mil a year.
Yeah, I think realistically it's 8 mil with incentives, but yeah,
sure.
Can we go back to that J.K. Dobbins? Because I like that move.
I don't know where he is.
He was back.
Did we already see him?
Yeah, we saw him for sure. He was back. Like back. He's one of the first teams you clicked on. Yeah, right there.
There he is.
Yeah. Oh, same team. Same team we're talking to. Garrett Wilson.
Didn't even realize it. He was already there. Dude, yeah. Can I get J.K. Dobbins thrown in on a deal? Because that's one of those pieces that makes, especially bye weeks and injuries, like you love having a guy like that.
But we don't have we'd have to offer him David Montgomery back, and then I like having Trey Benson and.
Does he think he's a contender?
I mean, if he's trading for CD, like I think he has 2 good quarterbacks. He's got Bucky, and I mean he probably likes JK and Monangai, but like if he doesn't think he's compete at all, what you want? We're dead in the water with CD Lamb, anyways.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm not worried. I think. Listen, I'd like to get JK, but I don't think we have I'm more concerned about getting the tight end over JK when we already have a JK Dobbins on our roster.
Right. I'm talking, this is a separate deal. This is a separate deal because this team, I mean, look at all the first round picks he has. He might not even go for the CD Lamb deal because he's got a ton of picks. But there's a lot of them in 26. So maybe he thinks this is the year that I get there. Yeah. So I don't know. So talk to that guy and see kind of where he's at on that. If he's in this year, I think the CD Lamb deal can get done. If not, then I'm trying to see if I can pick some pieces off of his team, like a J.K. Dobbins that he might not be as interested in. Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts would then be a bigger target because he's a little bit older than Loveland and Fannin.
All right, hear me out a little bit this too. If you want to get kind of a little funky too here, I would have no problem tearing down from Drake May to Bo Nix either.
Depends what we can get, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like if he like how you said, like, oh, I'll give you Marv, like if we want to get the Garrett Wilson deal done, like I have no problem tearing down from a mobile Bo Nix who's going to be about 2 to 3 years older than Drake May, but I love him in Sean Payton's system. So like I have no problem like letting him get like essentially the QB1, QB2 and think he's upgrading there and getting younger, like to get that deal done too. Like I think there's a path there for that as well. Like if he's like, no way, like, and if we want Colston Loveland,
the nice part is I think for him either way, Drake May's one of those guys. It doesn't matter if you're a contender or rebuild, you're interested in Drake May.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what I'm saying. He has all those draft picks. I think the fact that he has all those picks, I would like to get. And listen, I know we want Colston Loveland. Like I'm equally fine with Kyle Pitts. Like he's 25, he's coming off another top 5 tight end season, right? So like he has
2 overall in the year.
What's that?
He was tight end 2 overall in the year.
Yeah, so he has 2 seasons where he's top 3 already at 25. Like that's elite. Statistics would tell you that he's an elite tight end asset for a very long time, right? Mm-hmm. Like he can become from this point forward tight end 1 overall again. Like he could jump Bowers and McBride. Like if Pitts finishes at tight end 1, like he's going to jump McBride. If McBride slides down to 3, like potentially. So it's a very fickle position where you see a lot of movement, right? But like I would have no problem like to get a deal done here using the Namor of Drake May and get in Bo Nix to get the deal done. So basically we'd be offering CeeDee Lamb.
Why don't you put this into the trade calculator?
Yeah, let's do that before we move on. Because I think this is our best partner.
I think so too.
I'm waiting for one day when we're like doing this and the other team is like watching that we're talking about. And they just start writing, they're like, dude, tell that bitch to send it.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, I just need this on top, and you boys got a deal. Like we own the team. Hey, you paid for it.
Getting a little technical difficulty there. There we go. Yep. Yep. All right. So we're looking at potentially giving Drake May,
Yes.
and we get back Bo Nix.
Yep. And we're giving CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, we're giving both in this deal. Okay. Then
Yeah.
we better get a lot back.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson, Colston Loveland.
Garrett Wilson, Colston Loveland. Dude, I'm getting Dobbins too then if that's the case.
I have no problem.
Yeah, we're way overpaying.
Yeah. Give me
I wonder if we don't need to give CeeDee Lamb in this deal and we give Rome Odunze instead.
over CeeDee Lamb. And he gets younger.
That's almost perfect deal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, and then if we're trying to compete,
Yeah, we get to keep CeeDee Lamb in that process. I love this deal.
if that can get done, I would do that.
Because I see Garrett Wilson as a pretty solid upgrade over Odunze, just in the safety factor of it. But they both have ceilings. Obviously, you're downgrading Bo Nix, but I think Loveland is worth the downgrade. So it's kind of like we're upgrading from Odunze to Wilson for free in this process.
No, I agree. And if I can get J.K. Dobbins back, I would do CD. He probably prefers Odunze because he's young, anyways. Like he's getting a little bit younger with all the picks he has. So I'm okay with that. Again, Drake May is going to. I will say this about calculators, right? Sometimes as well. When you're dealing with the 1-1, the 1-2, the 1-3 guys, like they drastically skew the point values so much. Like even though it says we're drastically overpaying, I don't see that as a drastic overpay. Even with CD in there, just because the calculator says it does, it's going to naturally do things like that because it's a number one overall player. So when he really does do it, but like
But that's the thing. If we're gonna give up the two best players in the trade, I need a king's ransom back. This way, I don't feel like we're giving up the two best players. We're giving up the best player.
Oh, I agree,
but not the two best.
And listen, we're taking a receiver coming off who was hurt last year. We're getting the upside, and we're taking upside of Colston Loveland and Bo Nix, who's a little bit older there. So.
Best move, but we've kind of talked through 3 or 4 different scenarios with the same team that you could potentially pursue. Pete, what's Team 10 at? Like, are they full rebuild type of mode? What's their pick situation? So they're just inactive, is what it looks like to me. I think they're just inactive. So I think in this scenario, Rich, we don't really need what do we need again? Remind me. We need a tight end, right? This team doesn't have a tight end because we don't really need anything other than tight end.
That's why I like.
We just need starters.
I like that trying to like get tear down to Bo Nix because our other quarterbacks, Brock Purdy, so we're really good there too, and Bo Nix like that gives us 2 really good quarterbacks still from a production standpoint, and our running back, and then we get. I mean, if we give up Rome, we're getting better at receiver.
Yeah,
and we get Colston Loveland. And then
don't worry, Mr. Banks a lot. We're not giving up CD. We're giving up Rome in that scenario. We're not giving up CD.
Why would it say? You guys are suckers.
All right. Any other teams that we can make a deal with? Even if they're small deals, because we just need another starter or two, so they don't have to be huge deals.
What's Team 7 look like? Some of these down teams that want it. Because remember, in 10 teams, most people feel like they could contend. Like this guy feels like he could contend.
This one's going to be tricky because this guy just got a big boost with both DJ Moore and Romeo Doubs getting big upgrades.
Yeah, and he's got no tight end anyway, so I'm not interested. Team 6?
Well, I think those are the only 2 teams we're going to be able to work with at tight end. Any other team, we're going to be looking to just get small pieces to help fill out our lineup.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is going to have tight ends with two teams hogging them all.
I got to
Did we go to 5? 5's the only other one that looks like they even have anybody at tight end. They're the ones with Warren. Although Andrews is a sneaky one that I would not mind having.
Yeah.
Like, especially depending on where this team thinks they're at, I would not mind having Andrews right now. Likely's gone. Charlie Kohler's gone. So whoever they bring in there is going to be a brand new guy. And I don't see them using premium draft capital on a guy. It's a new coaching staff, new system. We'll see. But I think Lamar Jackson is going to go to what he knows, and that's Mark Andrews.
I just don't know what deal we're going to make with this guy.
Let's see. He's got a lot of okay running backs. He doesn't have anybody dominant, but like Swift, Andrews, Scattaboo. I mean, basically anybody other than Cook, I would be interested in, just because we're not going to be willing to pay the price for Cook.
And what I know, but what are we giving up? Like it's saying, we're trying to get a like, we don't have
our team. Hold on.
We don't have anything to give. You know what I'm saying?
I got to see our team. Well, honestly, at this point, I'd be willing to give my first. I don't know where our first is. I wish these teams would roll their leagues over. Yeah. Like I would be willing to give my first if it's late. Then I'm willing to give a late first for Andrews, and like, could I get Javonte too? I don't know that I can, but I'm shooting for it. Maybe I have to give a little extra.
If it's a late first, going back to that team who has all those first, then I think that also opens the door for us getting J.K. Dobbins to get a deal done. Like
if we can't get the big deal done that we tried.
Yeah, and that's a late deal done. Like you said, you want to get J.K. Dobbins on top. If it's close for him, it's just not enough. I bet the first that we throw in would definitely tilt the scales there, and I'd have no problem to do that. To get I'm so all in on getting a deal done with this guy. Like maybe
you're talking about it in the total deal, not like straight up for J.K.
Yeah. Like we might be able to then ask for like if we throw the first in, get Dobbins and like Gadsden thrown in. You know, like with Drake, if we Alfred and Drake May, Rome. You know what I mean? Like, hey, here's Drake May. Here's Drake May. Here's Rome. Here's our first. Let me get Gadsden, Loveland, Wilson, Nix, Dobbins. You know what I mean? Because like now he's seeing that first too, and he's like, oh, I got all these firsts. I'm in complete rebuild mode. I'm getting younger at quarterback. I'm getting younger at receiver. You'd still have Pitts and Fannin, and he's got Rome, and like he obviously probably wouldn't care anything at all about J.K. Dobbins, and we do care, like you said, we would care. So that's how we get that done
for sure.
And to me, as a contender, pick number 9, pick number 8, pick number 10. That's almost worth J.K. Dobbins.
That's why I want to go after Javonte, because we already kind of worked through all our deals potentially with this team, but that's why I would really want to go for team 5, because I think we could get go to Javonte team 5 Pete,
straight up.
Maybe for a first straight up. I would love to try to get Mark Andrews thrown in somehow. Maybe we give a second or something like that to make it happen. But if we add Mark Andrews and Javonte Williams to our team, I think that one is a deal that could get done.
And he might be thinking, hey man, it's pick 7, 8. Like, I can get a receiver there. Like, and I need,
which is what he needs.
Yeah. So Javonte and Mark Andrews for first and second. Yeah, I would do that for sure.
Okay. Yeah, it would be kind of the second one. Any other obvious deals that we could go after there, Rich?
No, I think nobody else really has a deal. Like everybody ahead of us, we don't want to deal with, and everybody behind us, we kind of went through. I think those are our best paths. Okay. Obviously, the first team, I think there's a really good deal there. I really love the pivot down.
There's something to be had there for sure.
Yeah, I think the pivot down from Drake May to Bo Nix and getting that Colston Loveland deal done and getting Garrett Wilson is like a big win for us. Like I love that deal for our team.
Absolutely, especially with us already having Isaiah Likely as well. That kind of helps insulate our, if a Mark Andrews, like if that deal ends up happening, that helps insulate in case Mark Andrews isn't the guy. We still have Likely to kind of help out.
And if it hits where we have Likely, Hawkinson, and Strange are all what someone contributed in and being tight end premium, like, and we get Colston Loveland, it gives us our flex starter every single week. Like we have a lot of like, okay, like on a week to week basis, like you could see one of those guys being like a top 8 tight end, like tight end 8 in a year in the right situation. So,
all right, on to the next. All right, this is Cameron's team here. Cameron, this is a super flex 12-team league, start 10. Here's kind of his big thing here. Curious if I should try to trade up to 101 and grab Love. I have picks 103, 201, 203, 310, and 312. I also thought that I could maybe trade Nico as well. I'm open to anything at this point. So let's go through this team. This team is currently at 11th in Dynasty mode. We're looking at Jalen Hurts, Anthony Richardson, and I was thinking it was one QB, yeah, super flex. So we definitely need a quarterback. Running backs, we got Woody Marks, Ja'Cory Krosky, Merritt, Ramondre Stevenson, Braylon Allen, Ollie Gordon. Then at wide receiver, we had Nico Collins, I think. Who else was it? Pete, sorry. Devonta Smith, Jaden Higgins, Jaden Reed, L.K. Manor, Torrey Horton, Isaac Tesla. And then at tight end, we've got Trey McBride and Oronde Gadsden. We have our first this year, which he said is 103. But we don't have any extra picks except for an extra second this year. And we've got some extra thirds as well this year, but no future extra picks. So right now we are in 11th in Dynasty mode, and in contender mode, we're in 10th. So not in a great spot. Rich, for me, I'm definitely not going after the 1-1. That's the kind of move I make if I'm a player away. We're not a player away. We're still a long ways out.
A complete opposite of what I'm doing. I'm selling Jalen Hurts. I'm selling Nico Collins. I'm selling Devontae Smith. I'm selling Trey McBride. Like, I'm selling every single asset on this team that I can move. At 103, I am hopefully getting Fernando Mendoza. Or somebody else takes Cardinal Tate at 2. If not, I'm taking Cardinal Tate, or I'm actually moving out of 103 as well and moving back. This is a complete fire sale. You are getting rid of everybody. So let's start at the top and let's just start
real quick, Rich. The main goal, if we can, we would love to get 27 first, but realistically, you might not be able to. So I'm fine because this is going to be a long rebuild. I'm fine getting 28 first.
100%. Like, there is a clear path here. And every time we say 27 first, if it turns out to be a 28 first, almost equal value to me. At this point, you're going to get Jeremiah Smith. You're going to get a quarterback replace. Hopefully you get Fernando Mendoza at 1-3. That's our biggest hope here. This is going to be, let you know right away. That's a huge win. Jalen Hurts is going. Ramondre Stevenson, if we find the right partner, is going to go. In season, if any of those running backs show value at all, the day they sell value, outside of, like, you're taking anything you can get that starts with the word second round and up, right? Like, you're taking any 27 second for any of those running backs whatsoever. Devontae Smith, we can move now. You might not see you might not be able to move him till in season. Jaden Reed, you might not be able to move to in season, but that's fine. Trey McBride's our number 1 piece here.
Yep.
And
Jalen Hurts.
And Jalen Hurts are our number 2 piece. So we're going to start there, and let's start with contenders and work our way down.
All right. I don't really care much about the players. Maybe there might be a situation we throw a player in, but for the most part, we're looking at picks.
Yeah, we're looking at picks here.
So Pete, could you show us the picks? All right, so he's got all of his, nothing extra. I don't know that he's the guy that we want to work with.
Okay, I just want to see, because we have Trey McBride, so I want to start there, because if Trey McBride opens the door for 2 first and a little something.
For sure. The only tricky part is this guy's firsts are going to be late.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really want. Yeah, you know what? Let's start at team 6. Let's do that, because if we're looking at draft picks,
who's trying to get into contender mode?
Yeah, who's trying to get in there? Actually, we probably start at 7, right? You want to start at 7?
Even anywhere 4 through 9 is probably the teams we're looking at. Like, who's trying to get to the top?
Okay, let's start at 9 then, right? Let's start at 9. People are trying to. Let's just see the potential in that mode. Okay, so start at 9. He's definitely trying to get up there.
He is. Nobody has multiple firsts, though. So I wonder if this league is not super active. Everyone seems to have their own picks.
Okay.
Which, in a way, could be good, Rich, because if a league's not super active, they might not be as hip to how good 27 is.
Exactly. So since we're in blow-up mode, we're going to go through every team here and throw a trade offer all the way up to get up here. So, because you're going to have to throw multiple things out here. This guy definitely needs Trey McBride, right?
Rich, would you automatically just throw out basically every team 3 through 9 and just give them all like, here's Nico Collins for your first and second in 27, first and second in 27 to like every team.
Yes.
Because I don't think you're going to get 2 firsts, right? For Nico?
No.
Probably not.
No.
We could try, but.
Can you scroll up here a little bit, Pete? We understand you have all those first. Okay. Right here, this team. Can I give him Jalen Hurts?
Oh.
For Jackson Dart? I would give him.
That might have to be straight up, Rich, because in most recent ADP, they're going like back to back.
Yeah. But what I'm talking about.
Because Jalen Hurts, okay. Yeah, look at their numbers.
Yeah.
They're almost identical.
But so we're talking about the first second. Can I give him Jalen Hurts and Nico Collins?
Okay.
For Jackson Dart in his 27 first and get selfish and ask for a second too?
I think so, because I view that if somebody's contending, or even in Dynasty mode, we're in Dynasty mode right now, those are equal value. You have more upside with Dart, but Hurts is still fairly young, done it many times. I think most people are going to view that fairly equal. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm not taking just a first for Nico. Like, I need more. So, I think this is a really fair trade. Our calculator says you can even get more. I don't know that you can get more.
I don't think you get more, no.
You could try for 2 first. I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm fine with a first and second.
And what that does is that gives us then hopefully the base of Jackson Dart and Fernando Mendoza with 227 first to start building up our receiving core. And then we still haven't moved Trey McBride yet. So that's what I would do there with that team.
And the good news is, even if that doesn't work, okay, will you just do Dart for Hurts straight up? I can make the Nico Collins move on another team. It's the same kind of deal.
Yeah, I would also see if he's just willing to pivot off of Jackson Dart and just get younger and gamble on that. So, all right, team 8. They don't need Trey McBride.
Purdy's another one that you could maybe get a nice plus. That could be one where you get Purdy and a first to get to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
I think that, and I think that's a move that's not crazy out of the realm of possibility. Maybe you'd have to give a tiny bit back.
I think Purdy and Hurts are equal value players in my eyes, personally, dynasty wise. So I would easily
throw
do
the
this.
first on the Purdy side, Pete.
I would offer him. Know what I would do for this deal, Garrett? I would offer him Hurts in 2-1 for Purdy in 27 first. He said he has 2-1, so that 27 seconds.
If they're not hip, they might not know how good 27 is, though. Like, nobody's moving picks at all.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna automatically assume that. So, like, I think
but 2-1's a valuable pick. Like, in a normal year, 2-1 is worth next year's like random first.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I guess 2-3. Okay, 2-3. How about that?
I guess.
I mean, start with Purdy and Hurts Purdy first for Hurts,
and then throw in 203 if you need to.
I think 203 gets it done now. That's right. That's where I think some people might just say like, dude, I'm giving up Purdy. That with the addition of Mike Evans there for Purdy too. People are like, dude, I'm not giving up my 27 first for. Yeah. But I think what weighs it here, because again, I look at Purdy and Hurts as pretty equals. I really do. So some people could just immediately go, I'm just moving down a couple picks and I'm tearing up so high for Hurts. I think the long-term value, which is what we're looking at, is Purdy over Hurts, personally. So I love getting that additional first. 2-3 doesn't mean anything to me in this draft class. It gives us 2-1, still gives us Nico to move, and we're accomplishing exactly what we want to accomplish, right? We're trying to get as many picks as we possible. And this is just gets us age-wise, I think, pretty equal to quarterbacks. And production-wise, not too far off, I don't think, but gives us an extra first.
Yep. This would be my favorite move of all the ones we've talked about so far. Being able to get a good quarterback that's fairly young and a first for Jalen Hurts, I think is awesome.
We still got Nico, Devontae Smith, Trey McBride to move, right? Like, we still have a lot of work here. Team 7?
So yeah, I like that one even more than I think Dart, because Dart we're not getting the first.
Correct. We're just getting younger, which you want to do. Here's all his picks. Can we go Tucker Kraft? What's his quarterbacks look like? His receivers.
They could use a receiver. This is a good Nico team.
Yeah, it is.
Well, they've got a lot of like okay receivers. That's the hard part. Depends on how they view Nico, but if they view him as their ace, their wide receiver one, which he would be, then I think they would be really interested.
Would you take Ricky Pearsall in his 27 first? Because obviously he doesn't want.
I would do that because I view Ricky Pearsall as worth a second. I'd also be willing to take Michael Wilson just in case he explodes.
Yeah. I prefer the first round receiver in San Fran.
I would agree with that, but I would take either one or just once again the first and second. Like if he doesn't want to move any of his receivers, all right, give me your first and second.
And that's a team I could see missing the playoffs possibly.
Yeah, they're like almost good, but not quite.
I mean, dude, his team. He went from having all these receivers to 2 Steeler receivers, 2 San Fran receivers. Like he took a hit. Free agency hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
I would offer him Nico for Colson Loveland straight up.
I'd want a little more back, but I don't think it'd be far off in dynasty mode. We're in contender mode right now, but in dynasty mode, I don't think it would be that far off. He could also be a downgrade from Trey McBride. Like, can we get Loveland in a first for Trey McBride?
Oh, I would like that too.
I would like that too.
I definitely like that a lot, actually.
I think that would be the dream.
Yeah. That's a scenario where like there's someone hit the 27. I'm okay just asking for his 20 because his receivers are old, right? I would actually prefer on this team, Garrett. I would prefer his 28 first. So I'd ask for his 28 first and Loveland,
which I think is more realistic to get done.
Yeah, for Trey McBride. So he gets the instant production of Trey McBride. I think by 27 comes along, his receivers, Pittman, DK, Evans. Are all kind of washed at that point, and DJ Moore. And Swift's probably a little bit done there. And who knows if Trevor and Brees Hall, like a lot can happen with running backs. Even at quarterback, like go back to his quarterbacks. He had Mahomes and
Baker.
Yeah. So like I prefer his 28 first, actually, over his 27.
Yeah. So I mean, if you can make that, see that's where this could get real sexy real quick, is if you're able to downgrade from Hurts to Purdy and pick up the first, and then you're able to downgrade from McBride and pick up Loveland in a first. Now all of a sudden you still have 2 really solid upside assets, but you also have 2 first. And like you could even argue like, okay, if they blow up, I could always flip them again. Not that I'm 100%. Looking to sell those guys, but if Loveland all of a sudden becomes tight end 2, okay, I could flip him.
And I like the security having 227 first and 228 first. Like some people are like, oh, it's 2 years away, it's worth less. Like sometimes like teams like this, like I actually prefer that because you got to look at like when's this team going to be bad? Like they're 27
you're not.
It's going to be higher, right? So you want to gamble on something happening in 27. It gives you 2 years for something to happen to these older guys, like to fall apart.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
so
like
then,
that.
If that's the case,
I love McBride for Loveland and 28 first if we can make that happen.
I think it's realistic. So then we're getting a first and a second for Nico.
Yep.
Or some player equivalent of a second. And then who was our last one we needed to sell, Pete? It was a running back, right?
Jalen Hurts.
No, we already did that with the Purdy deal.
Oh, we had no running backs to sell. We have Devontae Smith and season Jaden Reed. That's it.
Devonta Smith was the other one. That's one where I am crossing my fingers and praying AJ Brown leaves, and then I'm selling him for a premium.
You hope Jaden Reed hits the ground running. Can we go to that team 5 again? They had Trevor Lawrence. I'm looking to get Trevor Lawrence. I'm looking. Oh no, team. Okay. Wow, they need 2 quarterbacks. Unfortunately,
yeah, they need quarterbacks. They can't.
Okay, but
do they have picks? Are they drafting one this year? Oh, everybody has their first. What am I saying? Everyone in this league has their own first.
Yeah. Can we go up a little bit? Slide McConkey, Marv.
I would like to get this team first because they're one injury away from being in bad shape.
Yeah.
Like if Jahmyr Gibbs or Derrick Henry goes down, they're in a bad spot.
Yeah, they're in a bad spot. Regardless, I wonder if this guy I wish he had another quarterback here, man, because I'd love to give. This is a perfect like. Here's Jalen Hurts.
And a first.
Give me, yeah, like if we got a quarterback back, we're getting Jalen Hurts, Marvin, like a first, like here's Nico. This is a perfect team. Give Jalen Hurts and Nico too, and you're getting like Marv.
Do we have a guy that's technically starting, or do we only have one guy?
We only have.
Yeah, we only have one.
Yeah, so we're in bad shape too. Yeah, I don't think there's really a good path for that team. It sucks, but like I would give him Nico for his 27 first straight up because I think it's gonna be a top 6 pick.
I'm still pushing for that second, but I hear you.
I wouldn't even. I guess I would ask it. Yeah, I would ask, I guess, for it. But like, I would take his choice. I don't know how he competes with that team being old and just one quarterback. Like, I don't know how he makes it. Like, I really don't. Go back to that team.
All right. I think that wraps things up for us, Rich. Unless we want to try to find one more deal.
Go back to that. Yeah, we haven't gone up a little bit more. Go back to Trevor Lawrence team. Back one. I just want to see, like, if it's 20 Gibbs. Dude, I would offer him Nico for his 27 first straight up. I mean, look at who's in his lineup now. Like, he's got George Kittle in there. He has one quarterback. That's a very valuable pick in my eyes. I would take. I know it sounds like you might be losing, but I think that pick's top 6, and once it's top 6, you're guaranteed to make your team better over somebody else's random first and second, like later. Like, I'd ask for a second, I guess, but like I have no problem just taking his first.
All right, what's the next one up, Pete?
Yeah, one more up here.
I don't know that there's a deal I love that jumps out to me other than just first and second for Nico again, but I think that's it. I think that's the hard part is like I don't think we have any more deals to make. We made great deal for Trey McBride, a great deal for Jalen Hurts, and then we know the kind of standard deal we're looking for Nico, and then you're selling Smith in season. So I think we've kind of exhausted all the things we need to do.
And again, go back to you, 27, settle for 28, but those players you have to get off of. Trey McBride's not a must get off right away. Like, it's fine. You'll find a path.
But he's probably at peak value, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I am finding ways to get all 3 of those guys off my roster as soon as possible. So,
yep, 100%.
And do not move.
All right, on to the next
thing you want to do.
All right. This one's Sean, right, Pete? All right. Sean, this is a 10-team league, but they're starting 11 guys, and it is super flex. So some of the big things here, he says it's tight end premium with 2 points for the tight end. So it's a bigger premium. His team is getting older, and he's not sure if he should stay the course or do something different. Here's an offer he just got. Okay. He got offered 210, 301, and 405 for Tucker Kraft. He's not sure if he should do it. I'll answer that real quick. No.
It's not even remotely even in the stream stratosphere. So
especially with how valuable tight end is in this league.
Yeah,
definitely. 0%. Yeah. But let's go ahead and see like where is he at overall with all of this team. So 10 team, start 11 though. Quarterbacks, we've got Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, CJ Stroud, Malik Willis. So we've got 4 starters there right now on our team. Running back wise, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kenneth Walker, Bayshal Tootin, Zach Charbonnet, Woody Marks, Brashard Smith. Then at wide receiver, we've got Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Romo Dunze, Ricky Pearsall, Chris Godwin, Khalil Shakir, Christian Watson, Jerry Jeudy, Jacoby Myers, Christian Kirk. And then at tight end, Trey McBride, Colston Loveland, Tucker Kraft, Sam Laporta, David Njoku, Ben Sinnott. I see why you're wanting to move a Tucker Kraft or Sam Laporta or somebody like that. That's just not enough value, especially in a 2-point league. I get it's only 10 teams, so those picks are a little bit better, but it's still not enough. If I'm even in a 10 team, if I'm giving up a tight end that has any real shot of being top 6, I got to get a first.
Yeah, I already have a plan that I love.
All right, lay it out, baby.
Is I'm trying to package Sam Laporta and CJ Stroud and upgrading my team, and I'm still going for it because you're still in a window. You're still in like a 3-year window here to compete.
You're going for a running back?
If it's on the list. If I upgrade quarterback, possibly. If I could get an elite running back and get something back, but like we have Kenneth Walker, we have Jahmyr Gibbs, and we have Tune. We definitely could use another running back here.
Yeah, I think that's what we need most.
So can you go?
Oh, ETN's a guy I would love. If this team is in rebuild, which they should be, they have 2 firsts and 27. So yeah, I think they're thinking about rebuild.
Yeah. So for here, let's see what we can get.
We've got Travis Etienne out there. Look at the running backs, Pete. Etienne, Dobbins, Swift, all guys that I at least have some interest in.
I would offer him
Kraft straight up for Etienne.
Or Laporta. I think probably
or Laporta, either one.
Laporta more. I wonder if we can get Dobbins thrown in there too. Like
maybe Etienne definitely.
I would offer R26 second and Laporta for Etienne and Dobbins.
Say that again.
Etienne and Dobbins for Laporta in our second.
If that can get done, I would do that all day.
Because he's in rebuild mode anyways. He gets a tight end. It's young. Has some back issues. I have no problem doing that. If I can offer, I'm just wondering if I wouldn't mind.
He desperately needs a quarterback too.
Yeah.
So that's something where CJ Stroud would be more appealing to him than maybe other teams because it's only a 10-team league. So moving on from a quarterback in Superflex can be harder. This might be the team that we try to move Stroud or Willis.
But he might even he might be more even interested in for what we can get back. We're going to ask if we offered him Malik Willis. I wonder if he would just do Malik Willis
for ETN straight up.
ETN straight up.
Might. I'll say this. I think you're for sure getting ETN and Dobbins for sure for him and one of those tight ends. I think we're giving up too much there. But Rich, this might be one of those rare scenarios where I'd be willing to lose a trade a little bit because when you look at our team, I think we're number 1 in contender as well, Pete, right? Where are we at in contender? We're technically number 2, but I mean, we're right there. Even though we might lose that trade by a little bit, it makes our team significantly better.
Yeah, we're better than that team. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm wondering with that team too, started about obviously this is the first team we're looking at, but that team down there, Pete, that we're looking at for trade wise, they need a quarterback. I would offer, could you offer Laporta and Malik Willis, and then get back
ETN, Dobbins, and McLaurin?
McLaurin, yeah.
That might work. And I would love that for our team.
And I think the team would be very excited about that because they're getting a quarterback too with upside. And listen, that's a deal long term. We could definitely lose, but
for sure,
that's fine. I'm
trying to try to win a ship. Worth it.
You get 2 years of ETN, and then you get a year, maybe 2 of McLaurin, and then you got Dobbins this year too. We can use a running back depth.
We're giving up Malik Willis.
I didn't move. You know what? I have to adjust. I completely forgot. I didn't move. I don't know if I moved Willis up in my rankings today when I did it. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I have to do my big overall. I was kind of waiting for the first few days of free agency to be over to move everybody up, but and that's why I waited because originally I was going to move Mac Jones way up. It looks like Mac Jones is going to be staying put, which means his value stays put.
That's what I said on the podcast. I didn't really see him getting moved. I just didn't see it.
Laporta's the other guy, Pete. Laporta. Go up a little bit right there.
Laporta values more because it's 2 points per tight end, so it's still more.
But so obviously we lose this trade on paper, which we knew we were going to, Rich. And Malik Willis will even have a little bit more value. But switch it to contender mode. How do these values look in contender mode, Pete? Okay, so we're real close on contender mode.
Yeah.
So I think that's worth it to me to lose the trade a little bit.
All right, let's look at some other teams. 9.
Derrick Henry would be somebody I'd be interested in. I'm assuming this team believes it's rebuilding as well, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not actually. I don't think they think they're rebuilding.
No.
Well, if that's the case, I'm trying to get through 28 first. Because they're going to be, non-existent in 2028.
Yeah, I know. It's like, dude, could you offer them like, hey, here's CJ Stroud for Bryce Young and your 28 first?
Dude, I would do that. I would do that to get their 28 first because you might be getting the 1-1.
Yeah. And you get Bryce Young, who's whatever, but I'd be interested.
Whatever. In a 10 team, he's almost worthless. But
yeah, I think Stroud's just like middle of the road. Like I think
Stroud's almost worthless in a 10 team. Yeah, we don't have any value on those yet, so it's not going to matter, Pete.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I don't care about the calc. Go to team 8. Yeah, team 8. Herbert, he can use a quarterback.
You could use a quarterback. Yep.
Who's his tight ends? Oh, he could use a tight end too. Go back up. Higher. Can I get
the hard part is like I don't know what deal with the quarterback we would make with him that would make sense.
Omarion Hampton?
I mean, yeah, I would love to get Omarion Hampton, but I don't think we have any quarterbacks that are going to be worth Omarion Hampton.
CJ Stroud? He might be he's younger.
No way.
You never know. Probably not.
Omarion Hampton's going in the 2nd round. CJ Stroud's going in like the 6th round in a 12-team league. This is a 10-team.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, you're right.
Stroud we would have to give up. Who's our quarterbacks? We would have to give up whoever our best one was. We'd have to give up. I mean, we don't have one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to see too. Like we could pivot. Like okay, for that team, go back. Right? Could you give Stroud? Like we're on team 8, I think.
I think we're on 8 with Hampton.
Yeah. Like I would do Stroud and Willis. So this team was this a team that thought you could compete, or was it team 9 that thought you could compete?
I think it was 10. The one with Derrick Henry. 9. Okay,
9. So go back up here, for example. Like, could I give? Oh, he doesn't need 2 quarters. Never mind. Damn. I was like, I'd give Stroud and Willis for Justin Herbert, for example. Right? Like,
yeah. I mean, you could try it.
Start that. I would just try to upgrade my QB a little bit. Like, if I can give you, he needs 2 quarterbacks, right? Here's Stroud and Willis for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I would try that. I'd be fine with that.
What sucks is like we've been saying to sell CJ Stroud for like over 2 years, you know,
and everybody's caught up to us,
and now it's just getting caught up. Go to team 7.
If anything, like Stroud is like a borderline buy now, just because he's so low.
But I mean, dude, can I get Stroud for Daniel Jones and Javonte Williams?
I don't. That's going to be the hard part. Is I think with it being a 10-team super flex versus like, I don't know that you could get Daniel Jones. You could probably just do it straight up. You might be able to do like CJ Stroud straight up. Maybe go back into Dynasty mode, Pete, to see like what the values would be.
I'd take CJ Stroud or Javonte Williams in Dynasty. But yeah, we have a Laporta to throw on top. That could make things some things happen too.
I think Javonte for CJ Stroud straight up would work. Or
yeah,
would at least
I'd rather have CJ Stroud.
Really?
Yeah.
With our team? Like, we need a running back bad.
Not that. I mean, not
Javonte's going to be the starting running back for the next 2-3 years.
He's still got to stay healthy. I don't like making moves for running backs like that, man. I really don't. Like, non-second deal running back. I just don't. Like, it's a strategy I try to stay away from. So, what about team 4? They're shallow. Doesn't necessarily need a tight end, but like when it's 2 points per tight end, everybody needs tight ends, so it doesn't really matter. Like they're extremely valuable.
Yeah.
Like, would you offer this team? Here's a good gamble. Do you offer him CJ Stroud? This is gross. CJ Stroud for JJ McCarthy and Alec Pierce?
I mean, I guess
Kind of
because
it's just the only thing I saw in this team that even finds a path. I would take.
yeah, I mean, I guess, but like JJ McCarthy just doesn't do much for me. I
No,
would do it for Cam Ward, but I don't think that guy would. I think Cam Ward and CJ Stroud are worth about the same.
Yeah, Cam Ward and Alec Pierce for CJ Stroud. Again, that's just it sucks.
You're just not going to get what you want for a quarterback in a 10-team super flex. I think we need to focus more on the tight ends than on the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
this guy. Like I think they're going to be a sweetener, but their value is somewhere in between a 1 QB and a super flex league. Like when it comes to 10-team.
You're right. I think Laporta is the right move here to go back here, and this team's interested. Interesting team to offer Laporta to.
That one could be team 2. Really could use some tight ends too.
Yeah.
They have almost nothing.
The big thing is our team's fine. That's the biggest thing. Like we could use a running back.
Right.
I mean,
look, I know Rich is out on that. I would do CJ Stroud for Javonte straight up in a 10-team.
Okay, that's fine. I trust you on that. Can you go back to that one team back? I'm sorry, go back real quick. I would offer Laporta for Cam Scadaboo.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
A sneaky one, if you can get it done, is like getting Rico Dowdle back is like a sneaky one there in Pittsburgh. I'm not doing Laporta, but I'm just saying I would do Scadaboo for Laporta.
Yep.
I mean, I want to make sure but to be fair, I also want to wait and make sure they don't take Jeremiah Love.
That would totally nuke him. That would totally. I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either. But dude, I also didn't think the Ravens were going to pull a shady dynasty owner mover and back out of it.
I would also do. I would do Laporta plus to get Quinshawn.
I would do Laporta plus to get Quinshawn.
Yeah. So that's another move I would potentially.
I would do Laporta and Willis for Quinshawn. You're right, because in 10-team, like, do they really value that other quarterback as high? And he's got Baker and Laporta, but like, I mean, I wouldn't do that deal.
It's tough. It's tough.
I think the bottom.
So yeah, I think your best moves. I mean, like, I would be willing to do it. So if they're willing to, awesome. I think your best moves are with those bottom teams, trying to figure out if they think they're contenders or not. That's where you're going after that one guy's 28 first. You're going after the other guys. I don't remember what player it was now.
The early trades were the best ones.
Yeah, those were your best options.
Okay. What do you have time
for?
Like
the ETN and McLaurin and Dobbins trade. That's the one I really liked.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next one. All right. So are we on? This is Christopher now? All right, Christopher. This is a 14-teamer. That's what I like to see. 14-team league. Super flex league here. And you're starting 13 guys. Now,
wow.
I think that is including the IDP stuff, which obviously we're not going to be focusing on the IDP.
Okay. I was like,
but what? I know, right? So 4 IDP. So you're really only starting 9 in this 14-team league. So that's what we'll focus on. All right, the quarterback position. We have Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields, Aiden O'Connell, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Running back, Ashton Genty, RJ Harvey, Tyrone Tracy, Ray Davis, Jordan James. At wide receiver, Drake London, Ladd McConkey, Terry McLaurin, Parker Washington, Jalen Coker, Torrey Horton, Dante Thornton, Christian Kirk. And then at tight end, Elijah Arroyo, Ben Sinnott. And that is it. Picks-wise, we have our first, and we have all our first. It looks like we have all our picks, really, is what we have. We are currently 7th in Dynasty mode. But, Pete, where are we at in contender mode? This is what I kind of thought. Yeah. So, realistically, I do not think you have a shot, even though you have an Ashton Genty, a Jaden Daniels, and a Drake London. Those 3 guys are awesome. But, realistically, they're not going to be enough to carry you to a championship in a 14-team league with as far behind as you are right now. So, what I am doing is I am entering a bit more of a rebuild personally, Rich.
Oh,
What are you
100%.
doing?
Ashton Genty's going. I can see team one and contender right now needs running back help. He's loaded at receiver. I'm going right there.
Yep. All right, let's go there because only having one quarterback, it's the haves and the have-nots. If you have two quarterbacks, you've got a shot. Without having a quarterback, you don't have a shot.
Team one.
All right, they're going to want Ashton Genty,
Yeah.
but what could they pay for him? What's his pick situation?
I would offer them.
Oh, they have 227 first. This is who we're dealing with, Rich.
Yeah. I'm offering them Ashton Genty.
Oh. I would do it for the 2 first then. If I think I'm getting a top 2 pick, would I though? Would 2 first be enough if I'm getting the projected 101 in 27?
Would be enough.
No, not for Ashton Genty in a 14-team league.
I don't want the 2 first. I'm trying to pivot. I'm offering him Ashton Genty. Hold on.
You don't want us 2 first?
I do. The 1-1 is like, we need that bad.
Yeah.
I think if he knows it's 1-1 for team, like it's
yeah, that their IDP spots are not making up for that gap.
Can you go back to our team, please? I want to see how the receivers are. Terry. I'm offering him Ashton Genty and Terry McLaurin. I'm trying to think of like if I'd willing to Parker like he wouldn't give it up. I was trying to see if there's a path for Garrett Wilson too. So I was trying to see, but he
I just don't know that I want any points. Like I want to make sure that I'm getting I want my pick and that pick. Like I want the 101 and the 102 next year.
Listen, I think it's fine to offer Ashton Genty for those 2 first. I don't know if he would do.
I don't know if he will either, but doing it straight up for just one pick, you're hoping that pick turns into Ashton Genty.
Oh no, yeah, no, you need it more. I mean, you need a little bit more. Obviously, we're taking probably either Jeremiah Smith or the QB 1-1. Obviously, our pick is bad too. So I would take Jeremiah Smith and I would take like the 4th best quarterback because it's gonna be such deep at quarterback. So I'm using that 1-on-1 to take Jeremiah Smith, and then I'm taking like, Dante Moore, Julian Sands, someone on those lines who's gonna go like pick where our pick is like 3, 4, 5, maybe Arch. I don't know. Go back to team 1 again.
I mean, if we do it right, our pick could be 102.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. We're in a pretty good spot. So what else are we asking for? Like, is it just his 27 first?
Yeah, so it would be his 27 first, which is going to be one of the best ones. So we're looking at pick 13, 14, something like that. But we're also getting the one that's the 101.
I'm hesitant. I don't think like the fact that he thinks. I mean, everybody has to kind of think that team's 1-1 too, right? Like
it's Ashton Genty.
I understand that. I definitely understand that. But to throw I guess his pick is technically a 2nd. So yeah, I guess it is kind of worth it. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, honestly, if I'm that team, I'm like, I got to wait 2 years for this to be worth whatever. I could win it all now. It's worth it to get Ashton Genty. So I think it's worth it all the way around.
I know, but I'm trying to think of make it look like a little sexier. Do we offer him Terry? Because then I don't want Terry McLaurin on my roster either. So like, do we offer him Ashton Genty and Terry McLaurin, the 2 first and a 2nd? Like get
if
a 2nd.
That, sure, because I think Terry McLaurin's only worth the 2nd anyway.
Yeah, at this point. It's like secondly, we're getting a 3rd kind of, so it's kind of like offset a 3rd. Like I know you're saying the first straight up, and like it's like, oh, here's this running back for 2 firsts. Like I think that is fair for this roster, but the 1-1 does hold a lot of weight, at least in my eyes, in 27. Even if it's 1-2, it holds a lot of weight. And
absolutely,
honestly, I think when it's all said and done, it's worth more than Ashton Genty. Like I think Jeremiah Smith is worth more than Ashton Genty, right? Like
but we're definitely taking more of the risk, even though I think there's a good likelihood that the risk side hits.
Yeah,
like we're taking more of the risk.
Yeah, I think that's right away, this is our clear partner. I'm offering Garrett. I'm offering him Terry McLaurin and Ashton Genty. And I'm asking for the 227 first and a second. And that second can be in 28, could be in 27. I don't really care.
Sure. Yep, I'm with you.
I think I offering a little bit because his receivers are really strong. Can you go back to his receivers?
And I'm not backing off those two first. Like that, like I have to get those two first, or we're not having a deal. Like
he doesn't.
There's times where I'm like, oh yeah, I'll talk with you. Like, no, I have to have the 1-1 and I have to have an additional first. If you want it to be in 26 or 28, whatever, like I'll live with that. But the 1-1 has to be a part of the deal. We're not talking.
Who's our other running back? Because he needs running back. Like
Harvey.
Yeah, those guys don't have enough value to move off of. So, yeah, I think that's a first trade offer. That's our bet. Like, God, sometimes like it's like there's no other people you want to deal with. You see trades. I know it's silly, but like,
that guy.
It's got it. Like you're getting exact. It all lines up to exactly what you need to do. Like, and then
what are we doing with Jaden? Because we're gonna have to move on from him as well. It looks like.
Team 3. Like, who has a lot of quarterbacks? Like, it's 14 teams. So I can't imagine ever. That's the whole point. Like, I don't think we need to move off Jaden. If we get those two first, like, I don't know what we're going to get back in return. That's going to make our team better long term. Jaden's so young. Like,
I mean, I think people will give the moon and the stars to get Jaden Daniels. Then the nice part is if we get rid of it and we legitimately have no starting quarterbacks, we are guaranteeing our pick being the other one that has a chance to either be the 1-1 or the 1-2.
Yeah, but we need a quarterback back too. Like we need.
But we'll be getting those through the draft. If we're picking that high, we're getting those back.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on the quarterback we're getting back. Like I'm trying to think of like who the range I would be of like a 27 first.
Now there might be a team that has a young quarterback that like we could get a first and that quarterback. Like, is Brock Purdy? Like, let's go back to the Brock Purdy guy. Like, is Brock Purdy there? I'm
more thinking like Cam Ward, honestly.
Cam Ward was that team's third quarterback, so I don't think he's looking to upgrade his third quarterback. I think it was team like 2 or something like that had it. Okay, they have Purdy and Dart. I mean, you might be interested in RJ Harvey, honestly.
For this team, I would take Brock Purdy, and I mean, I would take any 27. I mean, I guess I would take a 27 first for Jaden and Brock Purdy for the way our team is.
Yeah, I think I would too. Is one of those 28 first? Is that like one of those picks a really bad team or no? Okay, so they're not good though. Are they old?
Joe Burrow, Josh Jacobs.
I'm about to lose Kamara and Jacobs.
Yeah, I want their 28 first. Yeah, for sure.
I think I'd rather their 28 first.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take this team's 28 first and Brock Purdy Daniels. If they're willing to do it. Yeah.
I would like that deal.
100%. And then this is all going based again on that Ashton Genty deal. Like, we're in a really good spot immediately. If we made that deal and the Ashton Genty deal, our dynasty team's in a great spot.
Yep.
Because we can focus on
what do we have left to even deal
at any point, but they're young enough. We're like, we could kind of pivot from there as well.
Honestly, I would not hate, like, if we're at this point where we have no quarterbacks, I think you could realistically hold on to Drake London and Ladd McConkey. I don't think you have to move them because even though they're going to get you points, you're getting 0 points out of both quarterback positions. It's not going to matter. You're still going to be super low. So you wouldn't have to move those unless you get a king's ransom. And then you're like, well, okay, then I'll move them.
Yeah, because then we're only starting RJ. We're starting RJ Harvey, Tyrone Tracy, Brock Purdy, and Drake London, Ladd McConkey. Because Terry McLaurin, we're giving away to team 1 as well to get that deal done.
Rich, would you trade away Justin Fields and Jimmy Garoppolo for whatever you could get just in case they're starters? Like, we don't want to start a quarterback.
It's almost so, but it's like we wouldn't get any, like you'd almost get nothing right now. Honestly, like you're just better off holding it. In the moment they start any game, you take whatever you like a second, hopefully.
Yes.
Or something. Yeah.
Take a 3rd round pick for him. Like, I'm fine with that.
Anything.
But I don't want to start either one of those guys.
Yeah, any of those running backs pop up for value that you can get rid of. Like all of a sudden, J.K. Dobbins goes down again. You get rid of R.J. Harvey. He's gone. Parker Washington, I'm moving if I can for any kind of value. The only thing I'm really keeping here is Drake and Ladd, and I'm open for business on those two.
Yeah. If somebody gives me a king's ransom, cool. If not, I'll just hold them.
Yeah, I think Terry and Ashton Genty for that guy's 2 first.
That's the key deal.
Because then like I know you said like, oh, that's where I start, but like I think getting Terry off our roster, I think it makes it look a little bit better for him too. Like he's clearly winning that deal. And I still think the 1-1's more valuable, and getting his late 27 first is huge for us because then it gets the points off it helps us twofold because it gets Terry off our roster and Ashton Genty. And then we end up with 1-1-1-2. So again, we're ending up with probably Jeremiah Smith and like let's just call it Arch Manning, right? Or Dante Moore, however you want to say it. Like Jeremiah Smith and Arch Manning, and then we have Jane Daniels to move and say we had Arch Manning, Drake London, or Arch Manning, Brock Purdy, Jeremiah Smith, Drake London, Ladd McConkey, and then with his first we have another running back. That's a good pivot, but like
and then we'll have 228 firsts.
And 228 first because of that deal as well, which would be 2 high spots.
Because
that's where I'm really looking to get my
Jaden
2 running
deal.
backs, So the other 27 first, we'll figure that out. But then you probably use those first to trade for running backs. What's nice is having those extra firsts. Then you can use your first, hold on to another one, a tie, or you think, and use your first to trade for running backs if you want to. Like it opens a whole nother door of where you're at in 27. But then your foundation of Drake London, Ladd McConkey, Jeremiah Smith, Brock Purdy, and Arch Manning is a really good starting point. Like that's like,
and what I'm not doing is I am not moving RJ Harvey now, unless somebody wants to give me like old RJ Harvey value. Cool. But what I'm waiting for is the likely J.K. Dobbins injury at some point, and then I'm trading RJ Harvey.
Agree.
All right. What do we got next, Pete? How many more do we have? Because I know we've got a lot.
We have to do another show. We have 5 left. You just want to stop.
So we have 6 total, but 4 we can
let's do one
do
more.
anything about.
Do one more.
Let's do one more, and then we'll push the rest to our next episode. Maybe we'll try to sneak in an extra episode on a Thursday or Friday. We'll see what we can do. Try to get some in. If not, worst case scenario, they will get pushed up to next week's episode, next Wednesday. But we'll try to get another episode in before that. Rich might be with us, might not. We'll have to see kind of how things go. But yeah, let's do this last one here real quick. Pete, so this is Andrew. Okay. All right, so Andrew gives us a Superflex tight end premium league. This is a 12-team league. We are starting 11. Another 2 points per tight end premium league, but it's also 0.25 for first down, and 0.1 PPC, so points per catch for running back.
I thought it'd be points per carry.
Oh, points per carry. Yeah, that would make sense. So it looks like things are kind of shifted for everybody except receivers. So kind of keep that in mind. Receivers seem to be a little nuked in this league. Okay. Said he just finished the startup. Gustard, Gustard wants the 103, and I'm willing to move 103, but it doesn't have to be to that guy. If I don't trade, what's that?
You said there's somebody that wants it.
Yeah, the guy's name's Gustard.
Okay.
If he doesn't trade any of the picks, though, thinking of passing on quarterback and taking Love and 2 wide receivers at 101 through 103, depending on the landing spot. So it sounds like he's got a lot of picks here. So let's go through it. Quarterback-wise, we've got Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, Davis Mills. Running back-wise, Omarion Hampton, Cam Scatterboot, J.K. Dobbins, Tyjae Spears, Jonathan Brooks, Jalen Wright, LaQuint Allen. Wide receivers, Marvin Harrison, Alec Pierce, Parker Washington, Pat Bryant. Tight ends, we've got Brock Bowers, David Njoku, and Mike Gesicki. Picks-wise, he told us that he has the 101, the 102, and the 103. So he's got
Perfect.
all 3 of the first picks
Somebody
in
wants
this
103
year's draft.
because we're taking Jeremiah Love and Fernando Mendoza with 101 and 102.
Yes. Yeah. We'll be taking those 3 guys with all those picks. Pete, currently we are at 7 or 8 in dynasty mode. Where are we at in contender mode? We are in last place in contender. Not a surprise. You put a lot of your eggs in like the early part of this year's draft basket. The second you add Jeremiah Love, he's going to be in dynasty mode or contender mode. Even he'll probably be somewhere in the top 10. And then we'll be getting Mendoza and potentially another receiver as well. So
yeah, the
Rich,
if Scatterbo stays the starter, like he's with Jeremiah
it's a huge
Love,
boost.
points per carry, first downs, like all that. Like he's in a really, really good spot there.
Absolutely.
Really good spot.
Yeah. So I think for us, realistically, Rich, as we're going into this, it sounds like the wide receiver position points wise are kind of nuked. So I want to make sure that I have enough to go around. And so I still would like to take the 103 unless somebody wants to offer me a deal for it. But I need to get a 4th receiver. But I'm not prioritizing necessarily like we got to go up and get JSN. We got to go up and get a big time guy because we just need a solid player to give us points there. So like I hate being this guy, but Rich, you and I have talked about it at some point. I think you drafted really well. I think you stay the course. Like, I don't think we're doing anything drastic here.
Well, let's go to that team who wants 103. Let's see if we can move him. Because it goes down, do we want Cardinal Tate or do we want somebody else's receiver that we feel good about? Because I think our team. Oh, sorry, Gus.
All right. So, I mean, I still want 103 over Devonta Smith, but he's needing a receiver. That's why he's going after the pick.
That's why he's not going to pivot off a receiver. Who see his tight ends? You said this is 2 points per tight end, right?
2 points per tight end.
Very simple here. If you want 103, I want 27 and 28.
It's worth a shot.
And maybe I'd give one of those seconds back on top, but that's what I would want. Because our team our team is set up so nicely. That gives us 227 first. It gives us, 228 first. It would give us. I'd throw the second on top. If he wants them that bad, like that's what there's nothing.
The only other pivot I would make is I doubt he would do it because I think he wants to try to contend. But I would take Breece Hall straight up for 103 as well. Okay. What kind of value do you want for Alec Pierce? I tossed him on the block yesterday and got a few nibbles. Rich, we need receiver. Now, I'm not sure that we're necessarily trying to compete, so it doesn't matter as much. But realistically, you and I talked about it when we did the free agency episode. We're looking at right in the 109, 108 range for us to be willing to move off of Alec Pierce.
And I wouldn't do it for this team. Alec Pierce is more important for our team than that in here.
It's close. There are some receivers that I think will be there. Like if an Omar Cooper's there, I'm pretty interested.
Cooper would not be there after the NFL draft. Cooper's going.
We'll see. I mean, we know roughly the top 6, roughly. Like, so realistically after that, it's where does Casey Concepcion go? Where does Denzel Boston go? Where does Omar Cooper go?
I think Cooper, everything I'm hearing from the analysts I trust is Cooper's going higher than I think Cooper's the next receiver off the board after the big 3.
Which very well could be the case, but Boston and Concepcion would still be interesting at that point too. So I think that's the range we're looking at. And if Eli Stowers hops into the first round, which there's rumors he could, that would make that really interesting as well, because Denver is the spot that a lot of people are mocking lately. You put Eli Stowers in Denver, all of a sudden that muddies that water as well.
Yeah, for me, I'm taking. I'd rather, for the way our team looks, I'd rather just take Alec Pierce. But if he wants to do, I don't think he'd give us Breece for 1-3. I don't think he would do that either. Like,
I don't think he would, but that's what I'm asking for. So it's either 1-3 or your 27 first and 28 first.
For our team, I don't even know if I want Breece for 1-3. I think I'd rather just take Cardinal Tate. we're fine at running back. We're totally fine at running back.
We are. I guess it depends on what direction you want to go.
We're getting Jeremiah
Running backs
Watt.
are just very valuable in this league. If it's a normal league, cool. But you're getting the first down bonus and you're getting the points per carry bonus. I want my flex spots to be running backs. I don't want them to be receivers in this league.
Yeah, but we're so thin at receiver. Like just because we're so thin, I'd rather and we're so strong. Adding Jeremiah Love to this too. Like I would rather have Carnell Tate and gamble on his upside to being a top 10 pick in the NFL draft than Breece Hall in the longevity of it. Like that, because listen, Parker Washington was nice last year, but now we have a healthy Brian Thomas. They got Jacoby Myers there as well. You know, who knows what happens to Travis Hunter? Like he's not for sure. Alec Pierce is the nice upside guy. Marv's on for sure. So I want to add Carnell Tate to this roster. Now, if he had 1.5, 1.6 that team too, and I can move down and get a Kenyon Sadiq, and move off of 1.3 for that way and get 1.5 and plus on top of that, I would do that a little bit. But again, I think unless I'm getting those two, I'd rather just take Carnell Tate and I'd rather, like you said, I think the best thing is what you said, kind of stay the course. Fernando Mendoza, Jeremiah Love, option. Carnell Tate, and you're fine. You're totally fine. I know Contender says you're low, but you're it's not accounting for all the point structures in this. I think you're golden there.
Yeah, I think real quickly, you're a young Contender that's going to have a pretty big window of time to compete. Yeah. So
if Pearson you're right there. Hit, you're set. You're good. You get the number one tight end. You have really good running backs, and you have really good Brock Purdy to me is tier 2 quarterback in kind of my eyes. I think he's that good consistently. Not high end tier 3, depends where you put those tiers, I guess.
And you're gonna have the Mendoza Bauer stack, which is gonna be really nice.
Yeah, and then you got Daniel Jones and Fernando Mendoza. So you have 3 quarterbacks, awesome running backs that you'll be able to flip at any point. If some of these you have Jonathan Brooks, if Jonathan Brooks takes a step up, if LaQuint Allen becomes valuable this year, which is definitely a potential. Tajay Spears, if they don't do anything in the draft, they don't add Jeremiah Love, you have that avenue. If not, you have the stack. There's a lot of different ways you can go and pivot with this team by adding those 1, 2, 3 guys. So I'm making a guy overpay. I want 27 and 28 first for 1-3. If not, I'm just taking those players. It's going to be harder. Again, you just did a startup, so there's not really a lot of paths to go here because people are pretty set on their teams, right? It's hard to make a lot of moves right after the team because on the draft, because you just did a startup. Either people went all into 4 draft picks. Yeah. Obviously with the startup, you were able to draft picks probably in it, right? It seems that way. Which still, you did a really good job.
This was a great draft.
You're having Bowers and Hampton and Purdy in 1-2-1, 1-1 to 1-3. I love it. And getting the value
honestly, I'm not sure how he did it.
I don't know how he did it either.
How did you get Bowers, the 1-1, and Omari and Hampton? I don't know how he did that. That's impressive.
That's very impressive. You did a really good job. I loved it. I love your strat. Let's look at team 1. See how they just went, for example. If I don't have any draft rookie picks, they went all heavy on contenders. JJ, Devine.
Yep, they're all in clearly at running back. They've got no depth at receiver, which is fine in this league.
They got their first. I'm assuming only 26 first were in the draft. So they took
I would think so.
Yeah, they took a first somewhere. Yeah, dude, you're set up. You're set up to be, no matter what the GM says, you're set up to be the next couple of years to be very fine.
Absolutely.
I hold the course. I hold his feet to the fire. I want the 2 first. I would throw 1-3 and a second in there if I had to. Preferably a 26 second if you have it.
He said he did a lot of trading back. Smart man.
Yeah, very good job. Hey, very good job, I will say, in your startup. That you executed perfectly. And you hope the thirst is really, because I love if we can get off 1-3, even though I like Carnell Tate, and we have 227 first and 228 first, definitely with that team. Then we're really set up because then we have a lot of ammo. We can move our 28 first for any piece we need for a receiver at some point. As it kind of as some of these teams realize that went in either this year or next year and didn't work out the way they wanted to, and they realize they had to pivot for draft picks because they didn't have enough of them. You're able to get the receiver you want. And listen, I think if everything falls apart at receiver, you have the running backs that completely blowed up too and get a ton of capital back on. Jeremiah 100%. Hampton, you're set, dude. You did such a good job, man. I love it. I love what you did.
All right, that wraps things up for Roster Rescue today. If we did not get to yours today, we will be getting to it in our next episode. That might stay tuned. We'll tweet something out about when we're going to do our next one. It could be tomorrow or Friday. It might not be worst case scenario till next Wednesday, but we'll keep you guys in the loop on when our next show is going to be. Other than that, Rich, anything else before we get out of here?
See you soon.
See ya.